Yorùbá ronú àsowọ́pọ̀ lóòótọ́ o. Ìyà yìí máa ti pọ̀jù, ìrẹ́jẹ yìí pọ̀, Yorùbá nation la fẹ́.
Diaspora mẹ́gàlá ní USA. Gbogbo ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire àsìkò ti tọ́. Kátúnyàyà wíwí polongo ìkágbẹ́gbẹ́ láti ti gbẹ̀rọ kúrò. Orílẹ̀-èdè ìtàjẹ̀sílẹ̀ lójoojúmọ́ lórílẹ̀ bàbá wọn kágbẹ̀rọ lọ́wọ́ wọn. Yẹ́kúnú jẹ́ jàǹdùkú jẹ́ koríko kan. Yẹ́kúnú jẹ́ ọ̀dàlẹ̀ Yorùbá tó sùn àlàáfíà Yorùbá ní bíàbíà. Wọ́n mẹ́lẹ́lẹ́ Yorùbá wá díẹ̀ ní tó di àṣàbẹ̀kù. Àwọn ẹ̀yà apanilẹ́kùn ti sọjọ́ ọ̀la àwọn ọmọ wa díẹ̀ ní tó sọjọ́ ọ̀la náà. Wọ́n wá fi tètè ọmọ wa lájọṣepọ̀ lọ́nà tí ó tọ́. Ọmọ wa di ayélujára bàbá rẹ̀. Àti ṣiṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀wò ní ìbẹ̀rù gbogbo wa lórílẹ̀ wa. Gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá lókè òkun bẹ̀rù láti títúlẹ̀ bàbá wọn. Títí tó ṣe títí jà ṣe. Àwọn ọmọ ọkọ bá fi àlàáfíà ìjọba wa kúrò lọ́dọ̀ àwọn ọmọ àlè. Ó sọ ilẹ̀ bàbá wa di ilẹ̀ ìtàjẹ̀ sílẹ̀. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá lókè òkun tí ọ̀rọ̀ kan lọ nínú pé wọ́n di àlàáfíà Yorùbá nation diaspora mẹ́gàlá ní USA. Ìpàdé and Pop Avenue, United Nations, New York, ní ọjọ́ kẹkẹ̀lá oṣù kẹsàn-án, ní sí mẹ́tàdínlọ́gbọ̀n oṣù kẹsàn-án ọdún 2022, 13 to 27 September 2022, ní dédé agogo mẹ́jọ àárọ̀ sí agogo márùn-ún ìrọ̀lẹ́ 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. àti ní ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá Saturday 1 October 2022. Ìpàdé láti kópa nínú ìpolongo yìí, ẹ lè pẹ́ Chairman Yorùbá Nation Diaspora mẹ́gàlá ní USA, Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa, +1803 8461 tàbí Piero Òwúyẹ́ +71880 85914. Secretary Moses Abiodun Ojo +134 730 18360.
Ìyẹn máa ti pọ̀jù, ìrẹ́jẹ yìí pọ̀, Yorùbá nation la fẹ́.
Àwọn ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire ẹ jẹ́ ká fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ nítorí ọjọ́ ọ̀la àwọn ọmọ wa Yorùbá nation náà.
Tó a kí gbogbo wa níbikíbi tí Elédùmarè Ọlọ́run ọba àjọkẹ́ ayé àṣàkẹ́ ọ̀run tí ó bá ti ní kẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ní alẹ́ yìí, alẹ́ tí ó ṣe pàtàkì tó ṣe kókó tí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tí à ń bẹ̀ pé kí ẹ farabalẹ̀ nítorí pé ìrìn àjò Yorùbá nation ó tútù bẹ̀rẹ̀ nínú ọdún yìí. Ọdún kí là ń sọ? Ọdún oríṣiríṣi ló wà tí ó máa ń celebrate káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé, àmọ́ a ti wà nínú ọdún tó ń pè ní ọdún United Nations General Assembly. I have the pleasure and the opportunity this particular evening láti ní àwọn tó jẹ́ gbòógì tí Elédùmarè Ọlọ́run ọba tí wọ́n fi kẹ́ wa, because èmi máa ń sọ ní gbogbo ìgbà tí a bá wo global map tí ó wà níwájú mi, it is one of the most important beautiful world tí a mọ̀ pé láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà Yorùbá nation ó máa wà láàrin global world and the global community. But without the effort and the push of àwa fúnra wa, ǹjẹ́ àwọn global community wọ́n lè rí wa, wọ́n lè dá wa mọ̀? Àti pé àwọn wo gan ni global community tá à ń sọ yìí? Àwọn náà ni the United Nations. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọ́n lè má mọ̀ tán pè ní United Nations, but aláwọn tó máa bá wa ṣe gbogbo analysis ẹ̀ àti àlàyé ẹ̀ lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́, nítorí pé ètò tí a ti máa ń kọ́ra wa ní ọgbọ́n tí a dẹ̀ ń kọ́ra wa ní òye, òun la wà lórí ẹ̀. Mo dúpẹ́ fún gbogbo àwọn tó ti wà lórí ìkàlẹ̀, gbogbo àwọn bàbá wa lọ́tùn lósì tí wọ́n ti wọlé, àti pé bàbá wa tí wọ́n máa bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ láti bá wa ṣe oúnjẹ mi ti tèmi kò ń ṣẹni tí a mọ̀ dáadáa. Screen fẹ́yìn tẹ́ bá ń wò wá, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá wà lórí Zoom, màá suggest pé kẹ́ máa farabalẹ̀ kẹ́ máa wo TV yín, torí pé a máa change screen wa ní àtòrí system so that kó má kọ̀ jẹ́ pé Zoom nìkan lè máa rí. So tẹ́ bá ní other device ẹ kàn make sure pé bá wa mute ẹ̀. A máa fún bàbá wa náà láyè tí wọ́n máa bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa. Àmọ́ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ń wò wá ẹ rí pé nínú àwòrán tó wà níwájú wa lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn òun ni the United Nations General Assembly. It is one of the most beautiful events that happens on a yearly basis. And it happens because of so many reasons. It happens nítorí pé ìtorí àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tí irú àwa tí à ń sọ pé a fẹ́ self-determination ó wà lára àwọn ìdí tí United Nations General Assembly happens on a yearly basis. It also happens because of so many global issues tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé ni global issues tí ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Àmọ́ all these global issues will not be resolved if we all keep quiet and we don't speak out. Òun ni èní ṣe máa jẹ́ one of the most important day at the beginning of the 13th of September 2022. Níbi tí a tún fẹ́ lọ sọ fún àgbáyé, a fẹ́ kẹ́dùn lọ bá wọn pé gbogbo ohun tó ń lọ ní Nàìjíríà àwa fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ẹ recognize wa. Àmọ́ iṣẹ́ tí ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní United Nations àwọn bàbá wa àwọn ẹgbẹ́ mo máa ń sọ pé kò kí ń ṣe àwa mídíà là ń ṣiṣẹ́. Àwọn kan wà tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ tó ń tò ètò yẹn nítorí pé ètò tí ó máa lọ ní United Nations ètò tí wọ́n ti prepare for almost 1 year after immediately tá a ṣe ti last year tán. Mo wá ń dúpẹ́ fún àwọn Yorùbá diaspora mega rally tí a gbọ́dọ̀ máa ṣe.
When you go home on Friday, you will tell your grandma.
Ẹ̀yin tí a fún ní codes ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa máa make sure pé ẹ bá wa monitor. It could be possible that ẹlòmíì máa mọ̀ pé mic wọn wà unmuted. So, and because we're already live, and the last thing we want is a feed coming through the transmission. We are being live already on all the platforms as usual. We are live on Instagram, we are live on Twitter, and we are live on the Mixlr. Gbogbo link yẹn la máa share pẹ̀lú bàbá wa Prophet Ologunloluwa tí wọ́n á fi sínú àwọn groups tí mega diaspora rally wà. Mo wá dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ìyá wa náà tí wọ́n ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Mo rí àwọn mídíà wa kọ̀ọ̀kan náà tí wọ́n ti darapọ̀ àti àwọn tí wọ́n ń wò wá nílé ní gbogbo ibikíbi tí ẹ bá ti ń wò wá ní àṣálẹ́ yìí. Alẹ́ yìí, alẹ́ tí a gbọ́dọ̀ farabalẹ̀ ká gbọ́ in tí àwọn Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa àtàwọn tíìmù wọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ bá wa sọ lálẹ́ nítorí pé a fẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation. Èmi á máa sọ pé elephant ńlá ní Nàìjíríà. Ọ̀nà tádẹ máa fi ṣe tó máa ń rọrùn fún wa òun náà ni journey pé a tún fẹ́ gbé a 1 million man march lọ bá ìjọba àgbáyé tí gbogbo wọn máa wà ní United Nations as we speak right now, because the world is going to gather in America, New York precisely, where they will be discussing issues upon issues. Lára issue tí a fẹ́ jẹ́ kó recognize kí ọdún yìí tó parí òun ni pé òmìnira Yorùbá tá à ń fẹ́ yìí kí ó wá nírọ̀rùn níbi tí àwa gan fọkàn sí. Ṣẹ̀rá àwọn ìlú tí a tẹ̀ rò pé ó lè dá sí nígbà tí wọ́n bá ń lọ àwọn diplomat wọn tó ń wò pé àwọn ló ń lo àsíá yìí àwọn ló ń pariwo yìí ní iwájú United Nations building. There will be probability that they will have such a discussion in the United Nations. Mo máa kọ́kọ́ lọ kí bàbá wa Prophet Ologunloluwa. Màá kọ́kọ́ ní kẹ́ bá mi kí àwọn ará ilé. Àìtí wọnú agbámi ètò ẹ kò bá mi kí àwọn ará ilé. There's a feed coming. Ẹ bá kí àwọn ará ilé tí wọ́n ti wà lórí ìjókòó. Mo ti rí ìyá wa náà, gbogbo yín ni mo ti rí pátápátá. Mo máa kí gbogbo yín dáadáa o. Mo kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ jẹ́ kí bàbá wa Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa kọ́kọ́ bá wa kí gbogbo àwọn ará ilé.
Mo kí ẹ̀yin bàbá àti ẹ̀yin màmá wa. Mo kí wa pé a kú ìrọ̀lẹ́, a dẹ̀ kúṣẹ́ látàárọ̀. Ọlọ́run á fèrè sí iṣẹ́ gbogbo wa. Mo tún fi àkókò yìí náà mo fi dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run fún oore ọ̀fẹ́ àti àǹfààní tí mo ní. Èmi ọmọ yín, èmi àbúrò yín, èmi tí mo kéré jù nínú Yorùbá nation pé Ọlọ́run fún mi lórí ọ̀fẹ́ láti dúró ní iwájú yín ní àṣálẹ́ láti sọ̀rọ̀. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Bákan náà ni mo sì dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ohun bàbá wa White Lion fún iṣẹ́ takuntakun tí wọ́n ṣe nínú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Òdú ni wọ́n ń ṣàmọ̀ fún olóko gbogbo wa. A sì mọ̀ pé gbogbo la sì mọ̀ wọ́n dáadáa, tá a sì mọ̀ gbogbo iṣẹ́ ribiribi tí wọ́n ti ń ṣe. Mo kí wọn bákan náà. Mo kí wọn pé pẹ̀lú ògo Ọlọ́run àti agbára Ọlọ́run nínú Yorùbá nation yìí, wọ́n ní fi wọ́n ṣe àwátì. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ẹ̀yin bàbá wa, ẹ̀yin màmá wa, ẹ̀yin wa gbogbo káàkiri ilẹ̀ káàrọ̀ oòjíire níbi tí ilẹ̀ ti gbé mọ́ wá. Mo kí yín pé ẹ kú ilé lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Èmi ọmọ yín náà ni mò ń sọ̀rọ̀. Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa, ẹ ṣé gan ni.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa. Mo wá kó gbogbo àwọn ìyá wa, ẹ̀yin bàbá wa, káfàfà. Ìyẹn máa dúpẹ́ pé ìran ọmọ Yorùbá, ìran tó dá lọ́lọ́run dá wa. Kò ṣe mistake fún wa ní a different identity. Àwọn tó kó bá wa ló dàbí pé identity yẹn fẹ́ yàtọ̀. Mo kí bàbá wa Stephen Fatade, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí ìyá wa Ìdáyà Afọlábí. Mo lọ kí àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá wa. Kò sẹ́ni tí mo yọ sílẹ̀. Mo kí Barrister, mo kí Ọ̀túnba Òròbodò, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin Professor, mo kí ìyá wa Ṣọlá kò gbọdọ̀ kú, obìnrin bí ọkùnrin, bí wọ́n bá ń gbọ́hùn wọn, inú yẹn máa dùn. Mo kí ìyá wa Ìyá Lájé, mo ti rí mass burial, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nulẹ̀, mo kí bàbá wa Túndé àti Alhaji Nasiru, mo kí bàbá wa Wọlé Òní, mo kí bàbá wa Àlàbí Ọmọlára, Victoria Ajayi, mo kí ìyá wa náà Victoria Amadu. Mo wá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀, mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá torí pé kíkí yẹn kó má ba gbàsíkò wa. Ìdí tá a ṣe fẹ́ jókòó, ẹ jẹ́ kémi kọ́kọ́ tún lọ ṣe kí ni United Nations, iṣẹ́ wo ló ń ṣe. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àtẹ̀ máa ní United Nations wo, èmi náà máa ń sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan, àmọ́ ó ní ipa tí United Nations máa ń kó. Ó ní ipa tó máa ń kó. Yeah. All right. Ó ní ipa tí United Nations tó máa ń kó. And just brief of what we should be expecting from United Nations within the next couple of weeks. It is the most important week that ariwo wa gbọ́dọ̀ lọ sókè. A gbọ́dọ̀ kígbe, a gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kágbáyé mọ̀ in tó ń ṣe wá tí a bá fẹ́ lọ kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà. This couple of 2 weeks is very, very important. Prophet Ológunlolúwa máa ṣàlàyé lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ fún wa. But let me quickly give us some of what we should be expecting. The United Nations General Assembly, ẹ̀gbọ́n kan táwọn náà pè High Level Week 2022. Ó wà high level because they're expecting a lot of gatherings. Press máa wà níbẹ̀. Kódà àsìkò yìí èèyàn gbọ́dọ̀ wọṣọ kankan jó aṣọ Yorùbá Nation gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá wà ní New York. Abẹ̀yìn ni. Ẹ má ní pé compulsory. Kódà tó bá possible gan, aṣọ tẹ́ máa wọ̀ lọ síbi iṣẹ́, aṣọ tẹ́ máa wọ̀ lójoojúmọ́ kó show Yorùbá Nation, because it could be one media ló máa gbé kámẹ́rà tó kàn máa yà yín tó máa di global more messages tí a need fún àgbáyé. A mọ̀ pé oríṣiríṣi news tó ń lọ, especially after tí àwọn tó kú ní UK tá a ní láti máa fún wọn ní publicity ní bíbá, àwa gan need a lot of publicity. So gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà ní New York, ẹ lè mọ ẹni tó máa take picture yín tí picture yẹn máa support ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá Nation. The 77th section of the General Assembly opens today, the 13th of September, under the theme a watershed movement, a watershed moment, transformative solution to interlocking challenges. Ṣé rí pé òyìnbó tó lò yẹn ó wà lára problem táwa náà sọ, because àwa náà fẹ́ transform ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, a fẹ́ mú solution wá, a dẹ̀ fẹ́ make sure pé challenges yẹn are resolved once and for all. Kí wọ́n padà sọ́dọ̀ bàbá wa. Ká tó padà, a gbọ́dọ̀ kí bàbá wa Professor Banji Akintoye. Àdlọ́bẹ̀ a kí Professor Wálé Adéníran, a kí ìyá wa Modúpẹ́ Onítìrí, a kí CSI Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho. Gbogbo wọn náà ni à ń kí. Àwa lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ a kí gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ pátápátá. Àwa wọnú àgbàmì ètò yẹn lọ báyìí. Prophet Ológunlolúwa. Àwọn la fẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀. Àwọn ló fẹ́ bá wa sọ kí la tẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ máa retí nínú 13th of September tá wà nínú èyí. Lákọ̀ọ́kọ́, Prophet, last year was a very fantastic one. Ìdí tó dẹ̀ ṣe wà fantastic ni pé government náà wọ́n kọ́ àwọn tó sanwó fún. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ lọ láti ibẹ̀ yẹn ká tó wọnú tọdún yìí. Nítorí pé tó bá jẹ́ pé kò important, èmi ò rí ìjọba tó tún máa sanwó fáwọn kan tó wọṣọ Nàìjíríà tó wá ń sọ pé Nigeria is good, Nigeria is working. Let's just under 3 minutes, 4 minutes, let's summarize what happened last year, because lótìtọ́ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa ti gbàgbé tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní last year.
Thank you. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ ká tó máa tẹ̀síwájú. Mo kí àwọn bàbá wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Bàbá wa the leader of Yoruba nation, Professor Banji Akitoye. Bàbá kí ẹ̀mí yín kó gùn fún wa o. Ẹ pẹ́ nínú owó àti ọlá àti ọrọ̀. Àjíǹdẹ̀ra yóò sì máa jẹ́ yín. Bákan náà ni mo kí bàbá wa Wálé Adéníran. Yes, bàbá Ọlọ́run adẹ́mi yín sí fún wa, ẹ sì pẹ́ fún wa. Ká má gbàgbé màmá wa Onítìrí, màmá ẹ kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun, ẹ̀mí yá gùn o, Ọlọ́run á sì dẹ́mi yín sí fún wa. Bákan náà ni bàbá wa CSI, Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho Òòṣà, owó bàbá Dámì, ẹni tí wọ́n ti síwájú tó tirẹ̀ lẹ́yìn. Ẹni tó wà nílé tó tún dẹ́rù bàrá ìta, bàbá Ọlọ́run adẹ́mi yín sí, ẹ̀mí yá sì gùn, ẹ sì pẹ́ fún wa. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin sọ̀rọ̀sọ̀rọ̀. Bákan náà ni màmá wa Ṣọlá kò gbọdọ̀ kú. Lady K, mo kí gbogbo yín lápapọ̀ àti gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀sọ̀rọ̀ àti White Lion fún ara wọn ẹkùn ẹni tí ó sùn tó tún dẹ́rù bà ẹni tó sùn sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ẹ ṣé gan ni ẹ kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun. Àti ẹ̀yin màmá wa gbogbo, ẹ̀yin bàbá wa gbogbo, bàbá wa Wọlé Òní, ẹ̀yin bàbá wa káàkiri ibi tí ẹ wà. Ó kí bàbá Frank Ọlálẹ́yẹ, ó kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin màmá wa Ìyálájé worldwide, ó kí bàbá wa Adédoyin Ayọ̀délé Ayédèdọ́yìn. Back to the question, sir. Ẹ mọ̀ pé òyìnbó tó sọ pé that original òun náà ló ṣe fake. Tí ó bá sí original kò ní sí fake. So ìjọba mùjẹmùjẹ tí a mọ̀ sí ìjọba lókèjọ 419, wọ́n mọ̀ wípé àwọn kan wà tó ń pè ní Yorùbá nation. Tí wọn ò bá mọ̀ wípé àwọn kan wà tó ń pè ní Yorùbá nation, wọn ò ní lọ fọ́ọ̀mù gbogbo nǹkan tó ń fọ́ọ̀mù ní last year yẹn. Nígbà tí wọ́n rí mọ̀ pé ẹ mọ̀ pé Bíbélì sọ ọ̀rọ̀ kan, Bíbélì pé nígbà tí ọmọ ènìyàn sùn, ọ̀tá rẹ̀ wá, ó fún èpò sínú àlìkámà ó sì bá tirẹ̀ lọ. So ó túmọ̀ sí wípé wọ́n recognize wa, wọ́n mọ̀ pé I exist. So nígbà tí wọ́n rí mọ̀ pé ọjọ́ tí wọ́n mọ̀ pé àwọn èèyàn wa wọ́n wá sí United Nations, wọ́n sáré arrange àwọn èèyàn, wọ́n sáré fún àwọn èèyàn ní owó. Ó túmọ̀ sí wípé àwọn fúnra mọ̀ pé wọ́n ti lulẹ̀. Ṣé ni ó lulẹ̀ yẹn tí bàbá Pupu tó ṣe ìgbéjáde ní year yìí àti last year ló ti generate ń bọ̀. Wọ́n ti lulẹ̀ láti last year. So ìjọba 419 ìyẹn ìjọba bàbá cowboy tó mọ̀ sí ìjọba Buhari, wọ́n ti lulẹ̀ as far as 2015 tó ti wọbẹ̀ náà ti lulẹ̀ already. So ní last year nígbà tó ní mọ̀ pé Yorùbá nation ó ti di igi àlọ́yè, ó ti di otí gbogbo ayé ń wò, ó ti di ọjà tí gbogbo ayé fẹ́ ná. Àwọn náà ní láti form títí wọn láti lè deceive àwọn èèyàn. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ mọ̀ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ bí ọ̀rọ̀ Ìbàdàn ni, ẹ má ṣẹ̀wọ́ sí èrò mọ́bi tí ń lọ. Wọ́n ṣe ń ju ọwọ́ sí àwọn èèyàn ni, ṣùgbọ́n àwọn èèyàn kiri àwọn èèyàn tí mọ́bi tó ń lọ. Ṣé rí gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe ní gbogbo drama tó ń play ní lásẹ̀ yẹn, àwọn òyìnbó mọ́gbó started wọn now. They knew all what they are doing because gbogbo tó ń ṣe gbogbo kínú yẹn.
I think that was from my end. And we're back on again. Go ahead, Prophet Ologunloluwa. It might be there was a small 10 seconds glitch there, but we are back on. I can tell you we're back on. Go ahead. If you can hear me.
So, níbi pé àwọn Yorùbá nation pé wọ́n ti wà, wọ́n mọ̀ pé I exist. Òun náà làwọn náà ṣe dìde láti ṣe gbogbo tí wọ́n ṣe yẹn. And gbogbo àkókò tí wọ́n ṣe gan tí wọ́n ṣe yẹn, àwa ti kọjá wọn lọ. Gbogbo ọkọ̀ tó ti bàálù tó ti fò làwọn ṣe ń náwó sí, làwọn ṣe ń ṣẹ́wó sí. So wọ́n mọ̀ wípé Yorùbá nation ó ti kúrò ní tá a fi ń ṣeré. Ó kúrò ní tí ẹnikẹ́ni lè máa fi tẹ́nikẹ́ni lè ṣe máa ṣe kíni tó tẹ̀lé máa dábàá ẹ̀. So a ti jù wọ́n lọ ti lọ. Wọ́n mọ̀ wípé òṣò tó lè ṣe wọ́n. And let me tell you something. Ẹ mọ̀ pé this is an advanced country. Gbogbo nǹkan tí everybody ń ṣe ló wà ní kámẹ́rà. Tí kámẹ́rà rí kọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń ṣe. So gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣe láṣẹ yẹn, gbogbo ẹ̀pátá American government rí. Ṣèbí ara wọn náà ni wọ́n lọ háyà. Àwọn American wọ́n hire, the Black America, àwọn African America, these people, àwọn náà mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀, wọ́n dẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ fún àwọn ìjọba náà wípé nǹkan bá ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀. So by so doing, gbogbo tó ń play, gbogbo game tó ń play last year, it's just like they are wasting their money and they are wasting of their time. Thank you, sir.
Eshigoni Babawa, and last year, United Nations, the Nigerian government, we saw how they actually hired a lot of people, to counter the Yoruba nation that were fully recognized and well represented. We are now in another year, and the most important thing now, as we say, the year of the United Nations is the 13th of September, which is today. Owuni number the 77. Babawa, let's take it one at a time. Explanation about the rally that is starting today. The effective of it. We're expecting that the Yoruba Nation mega rally, and we expect as many people. But there will also be some particular days that we expect us to be fully well in that particular United Nation. But key the effective of having these Yoruba Nation presenting themselves in front of the United Nations around the New York at this particular day, 13th up to the 27th at the United Nations. What is the real effect of it to us as Yoruba people, to the international community as the rally kickstart today?
Thank you so much, sir. Let me start like this. United Nations. What is the meaning of United Nations? United Nations stand for a whole nation where all the governors, all the presidents in the whole worldwide, in the whole nation gathered.
Represent I think there's another feed coming from your end. If there's another device reducing
maybe they should mute everybody.
No, we're all muted. I can see that everybody, we're muted. Let me just make sure. Yeah, we're all muted. But there's a feed. And I don't have any feed coming from my end. Go ahead again. Let me hear if that feed comes.
Now, when we are talking about the United Nations, what is the meaning of United Nations? That is number one. United Nations stand for the nation. And this is where all the presidents of all nations being represent their countries and being given the ideas and the knowledge of individual respectively of what is going on in their country. The summit and the planning ahead of what is coming up again in the next year again. And where they gathered to give the information of each country and where everything will be finalized on the same table. Now, United Nations need the importance of this Yoruba Nation Diaspora Mega Rally that is organized the rally to be there. And they are creating awareness. We are not there for you as Yoruba Nation Diaspora Mega Rally. No, we are there for Yoruba Nation. That is why Ajé aṣojú gbogbo ilẹ̀ káàárọ̀ oòjíire, gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá lápapọ̀. And awareness now created right now. And last year, last year, we are shouting Yoruba Nation referendum. But to God be the glory this year. We are there this year as Yoruba Nation recognition. Now, this year now, we are there this year now for recognition, not for referendum anymore, not even exit, but recognition. Now, I'm a United Nation. Ni gbogbo ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè pátápátá tí wọ́n máa ń wá sí all over the whole world láti ṣe àpéjọrò, láti ṣe àwọn ìpàdé tó ní ìtumọ̀, láti lè jẹ́ kí ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní àgbáláyé tó máa mú wá sí orí tébù kan náà láti dialogue together. Now, the national rally that we are having at United Nations this time around is 77th Congress that we are having now. À ń sọ fún wọn, a fẹ́ kí ìjọba àgbáláyé kí wọ́n lè mọ̀ wípé a ní Yorùbá nation, we need to be recognized. We want them to recognize us and we want them to know wípé àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè kan wà tí a pè ní Yorùbá nation. A fẹ́ kí wọ́n mọ̀ wípé àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè kan ti wà tí wọ́n ti dádúró àti tí wọ́n ti ṣetán láti lọ lára orílẹ̀-èdè tí a pè ní location 419. So ó túmọ̀ sí wípé ní àkókò tí a wà yìí àti ní àwọn àkókò tó ti kọjá sí ẹ̀yìn, Yorùbá nation, it has not been known to them. They didn't understand what it means before. But right now, we let them realize that now we stand as a nation and we want the recognition from them. So, United Nations, like at the time, we have some president that will talk on the first day, which is going to be on the Tuesday of the next week. Àwọn ìjọba bíi orílẹ̀-èdè Brazil ló máa kọ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀. Àwọn ìjọba China máa sọ̀rọ̀. Àwọn ìjọba orílẹ̀-èdè tí a mọ̀ sí France, Faransé wọ́n máa sọ̀rọ̀. Àwọn ìjọba tí a mọ̀ sí orílẹ̀-èdè Britain, the Great Britain will be there to talk. And orílẹ̀-èdè America, these are the 5 powerful countries tó ń control gbogbo àgbáláyé. Gbogbo ló máa sọ ní ọjọ́ yẹn. And nígbà tí àwa tí a jẹ́ Yorùbá nation, tí a bá kó àsíá wa, tí a kó flag wa, tá a kó bánà wa, tá a wọṣọ wa, tá a wọ fìlà wa, tá a tún fi ìgò wa sójú pápá, tá a dúró síbẹ̀ tá a ń pariwo Yorùbá nation recognition, we need recognition. These people will know pé àwọn kan wà tó ń jẹ́ orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. Wọ́n ti ń gbọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ president ló ti ń gbọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀, ṣùgbọ́n túbọ̀ ò tí ì mọ bó ṣe ń lọ. So ní wá síbẹ̀ yẹn, wọ́n máa mọ ṣe kíni, wọ́n máa mọ bó ṣe lọ, because let me be honest with you, do you know this is an advanced country? Gbogbo tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ níta ló máa wò nínú kámẹ́rà nínú lọ́dọ̀ wọn. Camera will capture everything that is going on there and everything is recorded. So gbogbo ló máa mọ ọkọ̀ tó ń lọ. So United Nations this year is different from what we performed last year. The topic of that is different from the topic of this year. So we stand there this year to let them know that this is Yoruba nation and we're not going back and we stand for them. Thank you, sir.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni, lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá nítorí pé the power of what we have been doing is this is the week that a gbọ́dọ̀ sùn, a gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kó rẹ̀ wá. Ṣé rí gbogbo ó máa rẹ̀ wá kò ń ṣe nínú the next 2 weeks. Tẹ́ bá wo in tí mo ṣe yẹn, mo ṣe fi ìsàlẹ̀ yẹn, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá wò wá ní orí screen níta àtẹ̀yìn tí ẹ̀ ń wò wá nínú Zoom, tẹ́ bá ní another screen, ẹ rí pé a fi sísàlẹ̀ pé Highlight United Nations General Assembly is an high-level week where global world will congregate right inside the 77th General Assembly. Baba wa Prophet Ologunloluwa. What are your experience with our leaders in Cotonou last week? Because èmi mọ̀ pé ẹ̀ ń rìn àwọn ìrìn àjò kékeré kan, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ á máa wọ pé lẹ́nu gbàwo sí gbàwo, I keep saying pé àwọn èèyàn ń rìn quietly àfi tí a bá fẹ́ jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn mọ̀. Mo mọ àwọn tó rìnrìn àjò lọ sí Cotonou ní a week ago, 2 months ago, but ẹ̀yin náà rìn àwọn ìrìn àjò kan lọ sí Cotonou. Ṣé fẹ́ share kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan pẹ̀lú ìrìn àjò yẹn? Ṣé lórí United Nations náà ni tó ń bọ̀ yìí àbí some other preparation? But èmi á wá máa bẹ̀ yín, èyí tí ẹ bá láti gbọ́ òun ni kẹ́ sọ fún wa. Èyí tá a bá need láti gbọ́, ẹ bá wa ṣàrọ̀ra gbé sábẹ́kùn níbẹ̀. Ẹ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ sókè bàbá.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni olótùú. Ìrìn àjò mi sí orílẹ̀-èdè Benin Republic, that's Cotonou, ní last month. I traveled last month and I came back this month. Lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ náà, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run fún oore ọ̀fẹ́ àti àǹfààní tí mo ní láti lọ. Nígbà tí mo gba call lórí ìrìn àjò yẹn, it was so sudden and it was so emergency. Ṣùgbọ́n a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pọ́dọ̀ fún alóore ọ̀fẹ́ láti lọ. Lákọ̀ọ́kọ́, nígbà tí mo àkọ́ bá bàbá wa Professor Banji, Emeritus Banji Akitoye, tí mo àkọ́ bá wọn pàdé tí a jọ sọ̀rọ̀. Mo rí mẹ́ pé bàbá yìí when we are talking about a leader, àwọn tó yẹ ká máa fi gbàdúrà lélẹ́yìí is our great leader. Bàbá ti dàgbà lóòótọ́, ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀rọ̀ tí Bíbélì sọ nínú ìwé mímọ́ ó ṣẹ mọ́ wọn lára. Bíbélì sọ pé bí Abraham ti dàgbà tó, ojú rẹ̀ kò rí bàbá bẹ́ẹ̀ sì lágbára rẹ̀ kò dínkù. Bàbá talk as like a young man, like a under 20. Bàbá ń rìn gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ 20 years. Wọ́n ń sọ̀rọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ 20 years. Nígbà tí wọ́n lọ́dọ̀ wọn, gbogbo àkútà fi ṣe pàdé wọn yẹn, bàbá ń sọ̀rọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ káàrọ̀ òjíire. These are the people that we want in Yoruba. Àwọn àgbà, àwọn aṣíwájú tòótọ́ tá a lè fi yan ọgọ̀ lóòótọ́ àti lódodo ni bàbá yìí ni wọ́n ṣe fún wọn jẹ́. Àwọn àti bàbá Professor Wálé Adéníran, they always work together. And bàbá wọ̀nyí, wọ́n jẹ́ aṣáájú tòótọ́ tí a lè máa tẹ̀lé. Mo rí wọn gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tá a lè máa tẹ̀lé, tá a lè gbà wípé bàbá ni wọ́n jẹ́ fún wa lóòótọ́ àti lódodo. Pẹ̀lú bí bàbá yìí ṣe dàgbà tó, you cannot believe what this bàbá is doing. And also, ẹkùn ọkọ Pharaoh, ẹkùn ọkọ Fúlàní, the lion and the Gideon of Yoruba land, ìyẹn bàbá CSI, Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho Òòṣà. Àti mo máa sọ̀rọ̀ kan gẹ́gẹ́ bí èmi, mo máa sọ̀rọ̀ kan ẹni tí wọ́n ti síwájú tó tún tira ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn, ẹni tó wà ní tó tún dẹ́rù bàrá ìta. Nígbà tí mo bá bàbá ìpàdé tí mo máa kọ́ mítì wọn, oh my God, wọ́n máa kọ́ pariwo, prophet, wọ́n pariwo. Bàbá dìde níbi tó ń jókòó sí. He stood up and hugged me. Wọ́n fún mi, in fact, bàbá ìtọ́wá ní ká máa sọ̀rọ̀. Lóòótọ́ àti ní òdodo, tọ́wá ní ká máa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa CSI. Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho Òòṣà. This man is too humble. Tọ́lání yẹn wà humble. Tọ́lá tún lè computer tún lè qualify wọn is what more than that. He's too humble. He's too much. Tọ́lání pẹ̀lú ọlá àti ọlá tọ́lọ́run fún bàbá yìí. Síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ wọ́n rẹra wọn sílẹ̀ pátápátá. Ẹ ò tí ẹ lè mọ̀ wípé àwọn náà pè ní Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho Òòṣà. Ẹ tí ẹ lè mọ̀. Very wonderful. Ọlọ́run tó wá ṣeṣẹ́ ìyanu yẹn to the extent pé ó tún wá fún ọ ní ìyàwó tó tún wá ṣe kíni tó tún wá dáa jù. Mo fẹ́ rẹ̀ pé I'm very sorry to say this. Mo fẹ́ pé ìyàwó wọn is one of the best woman I ever seen in my life. Bàbá yìí ti wà too accommodating jù, too humble and too nice. Wọ́n dẹ̀ gbà mí láti wọ́n ṣe dáadáa. Gbogbo àtàdé ṣe pàdé tá a sọ̀rọ̀. Bàbá yìí ṣe dáadáa gan ni. Ṣé rí experience mi sí ní Kòtónú yẹn pẹ̀lú gbogbo time tí mo lò ń bẹ̀, it was so wonderful and it was so great. Bàbá Adéyẹmọ, Chief Sunday Ìgbòho Òòṣà, àti bàbá Akíntóyè, àti bàbá Wálé Adéníran, ó gbà ládùúgbò lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ikú tó yá, àtẹ̀lé tó gbóná kò ní yálé yín nínú ẹ̀. Lágbára Ọlọ́run Adẹ́mi yìí sí fún wa, ẹ pẹ́ fún wa, ẹ sì gùn ní ọjọ́. Àní gbogbo àkókò tẹ́ máa lò ní ayé, ẹ ò ní mọ ìnira pẹ̀lú gbogbo ṣe ń jẹ́ tọ́lọ́run. Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho Òòṣà, Ọlọ́run wà pẹ̀lú yín o. He's our leader and he's our leader. Ọlọ́run á sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́. Ẹ ṣé gan ni olóòtú.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa Prophet Ológunlolúwa Ayọ̀délé tí mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ dárúkọ yín. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti wà nínú ilé, ẹ ṣáà bá wa mute mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ tí a fi máa láǹfààní àti ní kẹ́yìn náà bá wa sọ bíi méjì mẹ́ta. Àmọ́ ẹ tẹ̀ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ gbọ́ gbogbo ohun tí ó ń lọ. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́ gbọ́ kíní interlude kékeré tí ó ṣe pàtàkì. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí pé ẹ káàbọ̀, ẹ kú jókòó.
Yorùbá ronú aṣọwọ́pọ̀ lóòótọ́ o. Ìyá yìí máa ti ṣe pọ̀jù ìrẹ́lẹ̀ ìgbò Yorùbá nation la fẹ́.
Ẹ má bínú, mo fẹ́ yọ, let's take it back again.
Yorùbá ronú aṣọwọ́pọ̀ lóòótọ́ o. Ìyá yìí máa ti ṣe pọ̀jù ìrẹ́lẹ̀ ìgbò Yorùbá nation la fẹ́.
Àwọn ọmọ bá fi àlàáfíà ìjọba kúrò lọ́dọ̀ àwọn ọmọ àlè. Ó sọ ìlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ wọn jí ilẹ̀ ìtàjẹ̀ sílẹ̀. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá lókè òkun tí ọ̀rọ̀ ìkọlóminú gbé ìwọ́de àlàáfíà Yorùbá nation diaspora mẹ́gàlá USA. Ibi ìpàdé Diaspoa Plaza 47th Street at 4th Avenue.
United Nations.
New York ní ọjọ́ kẹtàlá oṣù kẹsàn-án. Ní sí mẹ́tàdínlọ́gbọ̀n oṣù kẹsàn-án ọdún 2022. 13th to 27th September 2022. Ní dédé agogo mẹ́jọ àárọ̀ sí aago márùn-ún ìrọ̀lẹ́ 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. àti ní ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá Saturday 1st October 2022. Fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé láti kópa nínú ìpolongo yìí ẹ lè pè Chairman Yorùbá Nation Diaspora Mẹ́gàlá USA Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa +1803 8461 tàbí P.R.O. Òwúyẹ́ +71880 85914 Secretary Moses Abiodun Ojo +134 730 18360.
Ìyáàrí máa ti sọ̀rọ̀ ìrẹ́lẹ̀ ìgbọ̀ngàn Yorùbá Nation la fẹ́.
Àwọn ọmọ káàkiri ẹ̀jẹ̀ kẹ́kẹ́ wọ́n fọwọ́sowọ́ nítorí ọjọ́ ọ̀la àwọn ọmọ wa Yorùbá Nation now.
Yorùbá Nation now. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò tí ẹ bá ṣe ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Alẹ́ yìí ni alẹ́ tí ó wà very unique. Ọ̀sán ni ní the other part of the Atlantic ní ibi tí a ti ń láǹfààní àti bá kò ń ṣe gbogbo àwọn ẹgbẹ́ Yorùbá Diaspora Mẹ́gàlá ló wà pẹ̀lú wa, àmọ́ a ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn tí wọ́n ti darapọ̀ tí wọ́n ń gbọ́ wa náà tí a jọ wà nínú Zoom. A kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń wò wá ní gbogbo platform. Bàbá wa, mo gbádùn ìrìn àjò tẹ́ lọ, mo dẹ̀ láìkì bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe bá rọra yan ní kéékèèké nítorí pé oríṣiríṣi àwọn gàǹbàrí Fúlàní tí wàá máa wò pé bóyá ìntẹ́ bá lọ yẹn a tún máa gbé yẹn jáde ní bíbá èmi ní kò ní rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Níbo gan la dé pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá Nation? Where are we in Yorùbá Nation now? Níbo gan la dé? Ẹ láǹfààní àti rí bàbá, èmi ò tí ì rí wọn ju pé ìgbà tí mo lọ lédè mi náà láǹfààní àti rí wọn. Ẹ̀yin lẹ tún current tèmi lọ. Gbogbo ń tẹ́ sọ náà kọ́ la fẹ́ gbọ́ o. Ó wù mí pé kémi náà hug bá mi báyìí ó tó jọ́ mẹ́ta tèmi náà ti ríru hug yẹn. Níbo la dé gan? Where are we in Yorùbá Nation now?
Ẹ ṣé gan ni White Lion, thank you so much. Ọlọ́run adẹ́mi sì fún wa ẹ̀pẹ́ fún wa nínú Yorùbá Nation yìí. Lẹ́yìn Yorùbá Nation yìí, a ní fi ń ṣe àwátì lágbára Ọlọ́run. Right now, ibi tá a dé ní Yorùbá Nation, a ní lè máa fi gbogbo ẹnu sọ torí pé for security reasons, yes, a ní lè fi gbogbo ẹnu sọ. Ṣùgbọ́n ní àkókò tí a wà yìí, ohun méjì ló wà níwájú wa. Ohun àkọ́kọ́ ni wípé rally tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní orílẹ̀-èdè Amẹ́ríkà, ó jẹ́ rally tí ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá jẹ́ wípé ọmọ káàrọ̀ òjíire ni tí a fẹ́ kàn jáde fún láti mọ̀ wípé this is the last rally we want to have in United Nations. We don't want to be going there every year and be having rally there. For what? No. This rally is the final rally we want to have in United Nations there. Because ọdún yìí, àmẹ̀pẹ́ ọdún wa ni. That is number one. Then number two, òní rally tó bọ̀ ní ilẹ̀ káàrọ̀ òjíire níbi tí a dé nísinsìnyí. Òní rally declaration of Yorùbá Nation. Ẹ mọ̀ pé lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí, bàbá wa Emeritus Professor Banji Akintoye wọ́n send letter sí United Nations and sí President Buhari. Tí mo lè wí pé lẹ́tà náà ó dé àwọn ibi tó yẹ kí ó dé. Nígbà tí ó dẹ̀ gba lẹ́tà, ó dẹ̀ sọ nínú ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ wípé yes, lóòótọ́ lòun receive letter. He confirmed that they received the letter truly. And ní àkókò tá a wà yìí, a mọ̀ wípé àkókò tí a wà yìí, declaration la need, declaration la wà after and say. Now national rally will come up. Tí a mọ̀ wípé òun bàbá wa CSI ṣe olóyè Ìgbòho Adéyẹmọ Òòṣà tí wọ́n máa lead of recent. So à ń sọ fún gbogbo ènìyàn ní àpapọ̀ láti jáde fún rally yìí ní ilẹ̀ káàrọ̀ òjìrè àtọ́tún wà ní Amẹ́ríkà ní Canada ní UK ní Germany ní Poland ní Scotland ní France ní everywhere in the whole world. We want everybody to assemble for this rally. Ní àkókò gbàtí the date rally tó bá jáde síta torí pé wọ́n ti fi date síta ń ṣe ṣùgbọ́n ní àkókò tó bá jáde síta a fẹ́ everybody go jáde pẹ̀lú wọn. I'm a this is going to be the last rally. Tí a máa ní àkókò tá a wà yìí. Ó wá lè dojo wájú o. Anything might come up in future, we might come up for the rally to have another thing. But right now, the rally on the table now is the two rally that we have in the United Nations, which is in America, and the rally that is coming up in our land, which is Yoruba Nation. Tí a fẹ́ gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ jáde láti jẹ́ kí gbogbo ìjọba àgbáláyé láti fẹ́ gbogbo ayé kó mọ̀ wípé it is time for us to get our nation. So, and then ní àkókò tá a wà yìí, declaration immediately automatically declare the rally will follow it. So, tí a sọ fún gbogbo àwọn ènìyàn láti get ready for this rally and to make sure that everybody is there. Kó má ṣe yẹnikẹ́ni nínú wa. Ẹ wo, ṣe rí àkókò tá a wà yìí, ó tún kọjá ṣeré. It's not about the staying home. Ẹnikẹ́ni kọ́kọ́ tilẹ̀kùn mọ́ra ìtinúdé kó máa parí Yorùbá Nation. No! A fẹ́ kí anybody kó jáde. A fẹ́ gbogbo kó jáde, gbogbo kó sọ̀rọ̀ sókè. Ayé àkókò tá a wà, àkókò sọ̀rọ̀ sókè la wà. So, by so doing, I beg gbogbo àwọn ènìyàn. Now, the only thing I can say about Yoruba Nation now is the two rally that is on the table. Apart from that, I'm not going to mention anything for security reasons. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Once again, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo wa tí à ń gbọ́. Èmi á máa sọ ní gbogbo ìgbà tá a bá ti ń wo platform ká máa mú pen and paper. A máa náwọn nǹkan kan tí a lè kọ sílẹ̀ ká má bàa gbàgbé. Bàbá wa Amẹ́ríkà tóbi rẹpẹtẹ. Ǹjẹ́ àsìkò tí à ń sọ yìí bí ẹ ti ṣe ń sọ pé kò ń ṣàsìkò tí yóò ń jókòó sílé 2 weeks yìí wà very important. Tún fẹ́ padà wá ní next year ká tó wá máa di ẹni tó tún máa campaign níwájú United Nations. A fẹ́ kọjá stage yẹn. A fẹ́ dẹni tí ó máa jókòó pẹ̀lú àwọn ìlú tá máa ní diplomatic relationship tó dáa lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ táwa náà máa engage nínú United Nations tí language wa máa di tí wọ́n máa recognize nínú United Nations because language làwọn èèyàn máa fi recognize ara wọn níbẹ̀. Tá bá rí pé tí Brazil bá máa sọ̀rọ̀ nísìn níbẹ̀ kò ní sọ òyìnbó èdè wọn ló máa sọ. What is the stand of the Yoruba Nation Diaspora Mega Rally in this struggle? Because ipa tẹ́ ń kó ní Amẹ́ríkà àfẹn tó bá fẹ́ parọ́ ló máa nóhùn rí. But kí ni the stand lórí Yoruba Nation ipa tí ẹ̀ ń kó yẹn àti pé báwo lẹ ṣe ń try láti make sure pé it is not just New York but this time around New York gangan ni converge of the United Nations. Other rallies are good across this other states, but having it together in the United Nations where we can even go back there just subway it doesn't matter because this is the most high level week that we are discussing right now.
Thank you so much, sir. We are not expecting only people that are staying in New York alone to come to this rally. And if we can really understand, America has a 50 states. So, ṣùgbọ́n ohun tí à ń bẹ àwọn èèyàn wa fún jù àti àwọn bàbá àti àwọn màmá wa tó wà ní orílẹ̀-èdè tó wà ní state of New York ó ní pé it's because it's our facilities. Ó rọrùn fún wọn láti kúrò níbi iṣẹ́ láti wá sí ibẹ̀. Ó rọrùn fún wọn láti kúrò níbẹ̀ láti lọ sí ibi iṣẹ́. So that's the reason why tí a fi ń bẹ gbogbo àwọn èèyàn tó wà ní ìtòsí àti agbègbè. Ẹ wo New Jersey close mọ́ close mọ́ New York. Ẹ wo Connecticut, ẹ wo Philadelphia, wọ́n close mọ́ra wọn. They are almost the same territory ní wọ́n jọ wà. Area kan náà ní wọ́n jọ wà. So a ṣe ń bẹ gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa tó wà ní gbogbo àwọn agbègbè wọ̀nyí. We have our 50 states in America. We have Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, we have California, we have Colorado, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Iowa, and Illinois, that's Chicago. We have Indianapolis, we have Atlanta, we have South Carolina, we have Kentucky, and we have so many places. Maryland is there. We have Missouri. So gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní orílẹ̀-èdè America kì í ṣe àwọn tó wà ní orílẹ̀-èdè America nìkan, even àwọn tó wà ní Canada, because like as I'm talking to you now, from my place to Canada is just 8 hours drive. It's just like ẹni pé ẹgbẹ́ lọ láti Èkó ẹ̀ lọ sí Benin. It's just like that. It's just like 8 hours drive. So gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní orílẹ̀-èdè Canada náà à ń pè wọ́n náà láti wá sí rally yẹn. And then, like I said earlier, Yoruba Nation Diaspora Mega Rally. One can lead the rally, Yenny, but the rally is all the Yorubas nation. It's for Yoruba Nation. Not, we are not going there to be shouted, Yoruba Nation, Diaspora Mega Rally. No, we are going there to shout, Yoruba Nation, we need recognition. So that means we are representing Yoruba Nation Day. We stand for Yoruba Nation Day, and we are called all the Yoruba people that are sitting in America, in Canada, all over the whole world, to come out for this rally. Láti join wa, ẹni tó bá mọ̀ pé lóòótọ́ àti lódodo, ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire lòun. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní Philadelphia, tẹ́ wà ní Connecticut, tẹ́ wà ní New Jersey, tẹ́ wà ní Maryland, tẹ́ wà ní Virginia, tẹ́ wà ní gbogbo àwọn agbègbè wọ̀nyí. A pè gbogbo yín lápapọ̀ láti jáde wá fún ti rally láti lè jẹ́ kí ẹ wo this time around. We don't need the numbers, we need crowd. We need to be there on crowd and to let the United Nations know that who are these people. These are the questions we want them to be asking themselves when they are inside in the Congress. We want the President of America to be asking them the question, who are these people? He knew us already, but the China president to be asking them, the France president to be asking them, the Canada president to be asking them, who are these people outside? Though they knew us already, but we want more recognition and we want them to know that this is the Yoruba Nation people. They stand and they are dead for no going back on anymore. Thank you, sir.
Eshegoni Babawa. Once again, we are live the 13th of September 2022, the high-level week of the United Nations General Assembly. I'm going to give us some background to more of the United Nations General Assembly. But once again, we appreciate every single one of us that is live with us. We would have you speak at some point. I'm just trying to say, Mori, our Lady K, thank you so much for joining us. And gbogbo ìyàwó àtẹ̀tí wọlé mo ń try láti rí ibi tí sound yẹn ti ń jáde, but okay, mo ti rí ibi tí ẹjọ́ yìí tí a fún ní calls. Iṣẹ́ tí a bẹ̀ wá ni pé kí a bá wa máa monitor bí tí sound bá ti ń jáde so that àwọn ọ̀tún ní máa wá yẹn, please ìyẹn la ṣe fún yín ní calls yẹn, because we have to mute that caller àti pọ̀ lórí thread, and that means that there will be people that probably are not really aware that they are talking and the whole thing táwọn bá ń sọ ó tún wọlé wá bá wa. Now ìmáa ṣí template Muwasoke a little bit. Like I said, if you are watching us on the Zoom, you might want to monitor our screen, because Mofemu, some of the things that it is a very, very important week. And this is not the week tí a gbọ́dọ̀ díjú. Mo mọ̀ pé a máa sùn náà láàrin méjì, but táwa kan bá tẹ̀ ń sùn, àwa kan gbọ́dọ̀ lajú, nítorí pé it is a week that we want the world to have us at the back of their mind. So I'm going to move myself. You might probably not see my face, but my Shijeki face, Babawa Ologunloluwa, Kuma appear. And I'm going to read quickly what I have here. The United Nations General Assembly is the 77th section arrangement for the high-level meetings and the general debate of the 77th section of the General Assembly, United Nations Headquarters. Only láàrin méjì ẹ̀ táwọn become busy kan. It is between 19 and 26, but we expect every Yoruba's sons and daughters to one in New York precisely. Kò cost ẹ̀yin anything. than pé kẹ́ wọ train kẹ́ lọ síbẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin ìyá wa tí ẹ bá fi pé bóyá àti jókòó ẹ lè gbé àwọn àga kó affordable ẹ gbé lọ́bẹ̀. I'm sure pé oúnjẹ, drinks and all that will be available. And if I'm right, Tabasare Wasi, I'm going to bring that up later because I realize that our media, the Yoruba World Media, has already transmitted, from that particular, because I was watching it this evening as well from my end here. Information that is noted for the delegation. Eli lucky tó jẹ́ pé a question tí mo fẹ́ béèrè bàbá wa nísìn òun ni before when I'm gonna read this quickly màá wá bí bàbá wa because this is the time that a journalist can meet up with any one of us and if we are not prepared they will ask us 30 seconds question tá a bá lè fún wọn ní 30-second answer we might lose a very high slot information ó wà very very important èmi máa ń prepare fún irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ especially tá a bá jáde náà lọ́dọ̀ tiwa níbí because tẹ́ bá lọ rí media tó bá kọ́ béèrè question tẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ lọ prepare what are you all about a gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ tá a fẹ́ sọ mò ń bọ̀ bàbá olúwa prophet ológunlúwa máa bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. The general debate of the 77th section will be held from Tuesday the 20th of September to Saturday the 24th of September and on Monday the 26th of September 2022 pursuant to resolution yẹn ó wà very very important ẹ rí i pé ní gbogbo ìgbà a máa ń lo nǹkan kan tá à ń pè ní declaration and the United Nations human rights on the indigenous people tá a bá lọ wo bíbáyìí we talk about not this particular one let's get this one out mo kàn fẹ́ kí a mọ meaning resolution because there might be probability pé resolution máa wáyé tí àwa náà bá make effort ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ̀yin tá a fún ní code ẹ bá monitor the back end of those that are making that noise so that kò má ti jẹ́ pé mi máa tún máa jáde láti wá ṣe yẹn. We have multiple people that we've given codes. Please help us to do so and mute anybody that is probably not aware that they are live with us and they are disturbing. I think it's the same thing here. Eric, the first one here says the indigenous people and the United Nations human rights system. This is the month. The other one, Timofe Mujade, is the one that gave us in 2007. Ni wọ́n make up that the declaration pé a lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwa tí à ń fẹ́ kúrò nínú ìlú tí kò ní the rights. So méjèèjì yìí I always like to talk about it. Màá dẹ̀ fẹ́ kí bàbá wa Ológunlúwa náà kó máa fẹ́ emphasis lé lórí. The United Nations Declaration of the Right of the Indigenous People. United Nations náà là ń sọ pé wọ́n ń ṣe ìpàdé ní inú ọdún yìí tí àwọn bàbá wa Prophet Ológunlúwa àtàwọn groups wọn tí wọ́n ti sọ pé kí gbogbo wa ká jáde. Mo understand pé ẹlòmíín lé ní àfi bá group kankan ilé òun sọ̀rọ̀ group à ń sọ̀rọ̀ the final part of tá a fẹ́ fi kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà in a peaceful way. Bàbá wa Prophet Ológunlúwa ìbéèrè tí mo kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ kẹ́ bá mi answer tí journalist bá pàdé anybody tó wọ outfit tó máa yàtọ̀ sí pínyàn kọ́ wọ aṣọ ẹjọ́ ẹ má wọ aṣọ Amẹ́ríkà ní this time around ẹ fẹ́ aṣọ Amẹ́ríkà sílẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kó jẹ́ Yorùbá nation outfit. We don't know what kind of journalist is it. Whether it's a journalist that is working for a diplomat, working for a country, there will be so many of them that have arrived. There will be àwọn náà máa rìn láàrin train station kan tó débi tí United Nations building wà. Bó bá tẹ̀ pàdé wa tó béèrè what is it all about? Kí la gbọ́dọ̀ máa sọ? Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ bá wa ṣàlàyé fáwọn èèyàn wa.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni olóòtú. It's a very simple question and it's a very simple answer. Tí ẹnikẹ́ni bá pàdé wa níbikíbi wípé aṣọ tẹ́ wọ̀ yìí tàbí àrà tẹ́ dá yìí tàbí fìlà tẹ́ tẹ́ dé yìí tàbí badge tó wà ní àyà yìí kí ni kan tó represent. We should be able to explain to them the reason why and the meaning of Yoruba nation and what we stand for. And Yoruba nation gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ti mọ̀ wípé ó jẹ́ àwọn ẹ̀yà tí ó fẹ́ kúrò ní ara ìjọba mẹ̀jẹ̀mẹ̀jẹ̀ which is Nigeria. So tí a jẹ́ mọ̀ wípé a lot of countries today wọn ò tó wa ní in population tí a dẹ̀ believe nínú amalgamation 1914 tí ó yé wa dáadáa tí a sì mọ ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀ when they are talking about the expiring something that has beginning must have the end tí a sì mọ̀ wípé pẹ̀lú ìjọba àwa Yorùbá a ń sí lára Nàìjíríà tẹ́lẹ̀. Someone came all of a sudden and he matched us together and we became one. But now, according to them, when they are talking about it, they emphasize on it. We pay in 100 years, a ní ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀fẹ́ láti kúrò ní àárín ara wa. Tí a sì mọ̀ wípé èdè wa, àṣà wa, àti ọ̀rọ̀ wa, kódà the common sense tí gbogbo ènìyàn ní kò papọ̀. So, tó túbọ̀ sí pé a lè kúrò ní ara wọn ní at any time. So, a máa lè jẹ́ kí àwọn journalists kò understand wípé this is Yoruba nation and the country that exists, that is planning to out of Nigeria, that have their own power to stand. Like I said earlier, I've been to so many countries. I can speak like more than 5 languages. Now, I've been to 82 countries. Our country kan wà tí wọn ò tó state kan ní Nigeria. Like Namibia. Namibia colonized by the Britain. Namibia ò tó Osun State. They are just 2 million. Cabo Verde got the independence from the Guinea-Bissau. They are not even up to 2 million. Even though Guinea-Bissau itself, they are not even up to 5 million. Àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè Gambia, they are not even Ekiti State. Senegal himself, they are not even to Ogun State. And these are the countries. Now, with the population of Yoruba now, we are over 60 million. So we are enough to get our independence and to have their own language. Because the reason why is because of we are not the same mentality with these people. So Amade Chalesi, I want any journalist we pay. This is a country that want to out from Nigeria, understand and represent of the people of to speak of anywhere they are, in order to let them know we are not part of these people because we don't have the same language, know the same culture, and know the same mentality. And moreover, ní orílẹ̀-èdè yẹn, àwọn èèyàn tó ń ṣe ìjọba níbẹ̀, ìjọba mùjẹ̀mùjẹ̀ ni wọ́n ń ṣe. They call themselves the leaders, and we see them as the rulers, which they rule us with the powers of anatomy, and the power that are using over us is not acceptable by us. We Yoruba people, we want to out of them. And by so doing, enough of killing of our people, we let them realize the way they rape our people, the way they kill us, the way they move us out of the power, and everything they are doing to Yoruba people, we let them realize this, that no, we are not in the same way, and we are not in the same line. So we let them realize that. So ní ilẹ̀ tí a pè ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, we want the people to have the peace of their mind, to live in the peace of mind, and to have the rest, the peace of the mind in their land, on the land, and in days and the night. So we want our people to go from that country because we are not the same thing. Government is the one rule, not the power, not the government for the people, by the people, and for the people. But the power for the government we have now over there is the government for themselves. The power that is ruled by the power of anarchy, and they're using the power over us and to dismount and to kill and to rape, to destroy and to brutalize our people on our land, which we don't want anymore. And by so doing, we want our own country, our own nation to be out of that country. By so doing, we don't want to be with them. We don't want to stand with them. We don't want to have anything to do with them anymore. So, fún ìdí eléyìí, I need òmìnira tiwa láti jáde kúrò ní àárín wọn. A dẹ̀ fún wọn ní àwọn references, àwọn examples, àwọn confirmations of what has happened on our land. The way they kill our people, the way they brutalize, the way they rape, the way they do sort of things. Like Egypt, example. Ilé Sunday Igboho bí wọ́n ṣe attack wọn in the middle of the night without any knowledge of anybody, and they are not going there to arrest this man alone. They were there to kill him. So these are the evidence to prove of saying we are not ruling by knowledgeable, respectable, and the responsible president in the nation. Whoever has been in the charge of all those things, they're an animal. The high kills of the 11 have been deranged from them, and we don't want them anymore. So by so doing, we want to get out from them. Thank you, sir.
Eshigoni, for the benefit of anything, you are watching part of what happened this afternoon. We expect that from tomorrow, more people will be going there. A plan the journey. Even if you're going to spend 2 days, 1 day, let us make it possible. The United Nations mega rally, it's one of the most important key that we are going to need. Once again, there's let's see where the feed is coming out again. There is a feed coming, okay. Please
unmute yourself, sir. Unmute yourself.
Once again, as we
in 2025 and then fall 2026.
Yeah, what that? I think that's from your end there. The United Nations recognition of a new state, because we are requesting to be recognized, and being recognized is something that we have to come out in our numbers. If we do not come out in our numbers, we will probably still get to where we are going, but it's going to be a lot of hard work. Kí ló ń pè ní indigenous people and the United Nations human rights system? Baba wa prophet, mo mọ̀ pé a ti sọ pé rally ń bọ̀ nílé. There's still a lot of people that are concerned about the rally that is coming. But our focus for now is the one that is happening in the United Nations, the 77th Assembly. What should we really say that this week, these 2 weeks that we are asking the push, how is it important to the journey of the Yoruba nation exiting out of Nigeria? And likewise, because abroad, it is easy, nobody's going to beat you, you know. And all that. But it seems our people are not coming out enough. New York, the suburb, we call Jade. We need the numbers. We don't want them to be watching it on the social media. We want them to be on the ground as the foot soldier of the Yorubas that are not carrying any weapon. We are not carrying any arms. We are out there. All I can see that they're doing there now is just they are doing the flags. They are talking, you know, engaging other communities and the media there. While again, it is important that these 2 weeks, we cannot miss it at all. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, sir. When we are talking about the indigenous, I will start from that side. Indigenous means people that stand for that nation. The people that stand for that people, the representative of their language, of their culture. That is what it means by the indigenous. And we Yoruba, we are indigenous of Yoruba people that stand for the fact and for the truth on our land, and for the people who are speakless, the voiceless, and the masses that have no voice to be heard by the powerful people in the whole nation, which we stand for them, and to let the whole world hear the voice of our people by telling them what we want and what we stand for. We stand for it and by the truth and for the truth and nothing but the truth. Now, we call on the people that lives in America, because this rally, this time of Iran that we're talking about the rally in United Nations in New York, because it's very important for our people to be there. The reason why is because we want them to recognize us. With numbers of the people, they might not understand what we are talking about. But being there in the masses, in a large number, they will have something that, oh, what is going on there? It will give them a sign, and it will create a very attraction of attention for them to know that, oh, who are these people? That is the question. Okay, for example, let me tell you something now. I will bring you back to a very clip that is very similar to this question you just asked me now. Like 2 weeks ago, short hand, Baba Wani Odile the 419 long, short hand. That's a boy. Oshibajo. He came to America, in Washington, D.C., 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago now. That day, I was with the Professor Wale Adeniro, who picked me. We are going to Babakito on that day. I was on the way. When we heard the news, America, this is the Washington, in the Washington, D.C. This is America. See, everybody like to sorrow. Freedom of speech. See, it's orílẹ̀-èdè ẹranko. Orílẹ̀-èdè tó yẹ pé àwọn ẹranko wọ́n wá important ju ènìyàn lọ. Where they give the animal freedom than the human being to speak. And even though they respect animal than human being, not in that country. We are in the advanced country whereby everybody can free to speak and to demonstrate, to bring out whatever is your intention in mind. Now, nígbà yẹn wọ́n wá sí orílẹ̀-èdè America, wọ́n fẹ́ wá ya owó. But àwọn ènìyàn jáde wọ́n lọ síbẹ̀ ní Washington DC láyé kìíní wọ́n pariwo ní wọn lórí the video is everywhere ó wà lórí YouTube nígbà tí pariwo lórí olè níyí gbogbo owó tẹ̀ gbà. But this guy look what happened on that day. Kamala Harris, that is the vice president of the United States of America, ó béèrè àwọn question kọ̀ọ̀kan lọ́wọ́ Ọ̀ṣínbàjò, but he couldn't answer this question. These are the very simple questions. Tí o lè dáhùn. You get what I'm saying? So, kò lè dáhùn questions kọ̀ọ̀kan tó béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Torí kí ni wọ́n mọ̀ wípé wọ́n bọ̀ ní orílẹ̀-èdè Amẹ́ríkà, wọ́n ti fọwọ́ wọ̀ ní jìbìtì again ni. Ṣé gbogbo kan tí wọ́n ṣe níta lọ́jọ́ yẹn tí àwọn Yorùbá nation pariwo níta tí wọ́n sọ níta lọ́jọ́ yẹn gbogbo ìpátá ni àwọn pípọ̀ ìwò nínú ilé. The camera captured everything. They saw what is going on outside it. They knew what is going on in Nigeria. But nígbà tó ń bí lóore, kò lè dáhùn question yẹn now. At the end of the day, they deny them the money. Orí wọn gbóná lọ́wọ́ sí, wọ́n ń ya wèrè lọ́wọ́ sí, wọ́n march. So, ó túmọ̀ sí wípé àwọn ìjọba Yorùbá wọ́n mọ ohun tí wọ́n pè ní Yorùbá nation. Wọ́n mọ̀ wá, wọ́n ní àkúrápá orúkọ gúúsù ọ̀run. Àwọn ìjọba àgbáráyé ẹrù pé wọn ò mọ̀ ni. They know what is going on. They knew who people that call the Yorùbá nation. Now, that is the reason why the United Nations of this year 77 Congress tó wà very very important fún gbogbo àwọn ènìyàn wa tó wà káàkiri àgbáláyé láti jáde. We don't want nobody to come around. We are talking about the crowd. We need the crowd people to come out this time around. Láti jẹ́ kí ìjọba àgbáláyé kọ́ ní mọ̀ wípé because this is an opportunity for us. Àwọn China máa wá. I live in China. Mo gbé in China dáadáa. Àwọn ìjọba China wọ́n máa wà ń bẹ̀. Àwọn ìjọba France wọ́n máa wà ń bẹ̀. Britain máa wà ń bẹ̀. Kí ló ń bẹ̀ Brazil máa wà ń bẹ̀. And this America will be there. These are the five powerful countries. Other countries will be there as well. Àwọn ìjọba bíi Portugal, àwọn ìjọba other Arab, gbogbo wọn ló máa wà ń bẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n ní àkókò yìí, a fẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn kó jáde síta. Láti lè jẹ́ kó mọ̀ wípé these people they are made a business. Not for people to sit at home and be shouting and be talking. Yoruba nation, Yoruba this, Yoruba. No! We want them to come out this time around. A fẹ́ rí àwọn ènìyàn wa, a fẹ́ kí ẹ wá gbọ́. Ṣé wàá lè pé ìkọ̀kọ̀ tó wá ṣẹlẹ̀ ní pé imagine something. I said it last week. Imagine. This issue is a very simple thing. To ní common sense, to think of how could a country, so-called Nigeria, àwọn èèyàn márùn-ún dẹ̀ jáde at the same time wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́ jáde nínú ẹ̀. Do you need anybody to tell you what is going on in that country? No! Yorùbá fẹ́ jáde, Biafra fẹ́ jáde, Niger Delta fẹ́ jáde, Middle West fẹ́ jáde, àwọn Hausa gọ́fúrà gan fẹ́ jáde. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ ṣe ń pariwo báyìí ló kàn, kí ló kàn yín? This time around, we don't want anything to be announced, neither to be deliberate. All what we want the action of Yoruba people to exit from that country because we want a recognition in United Nations. So, okay, the pataki, tafi bi àwọn èèyàn wa, anybody tó bá pè rẹ̀ ní ọmọ Yorùbá, ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire, tó bá lè jáde wá fún rally this year, you are doing yourself. And I always say it, and I will continue saying it. Even though Koiki, the white lion, all what you are doing today is the history of tomorrow. Like I said, gbogbo tí gbogbo wa ń ṣe lẹ́nìí, ìtàn la ló ń dà sílẹ̀. Baba Akintoye, I told him, when I was with Baba Akintoye, I told Baba himself, and he said, Baba, whatever you are doing today is history of tomorrow. Baba Wanda Adeniro, what you are doing today is a history of tomorrow. Iyawode Tiri, what you are doing today is history of tomorrow. Baba CSI, what you are doing today is history of tomorrow. What will people talk about you when it is tomorrow? Now it is time for every one of us to come out, try yourself, do your best, put yourself in order, and let's see what people will talk about you tomorrow. So coming out to the United Nations this year could be a very good decision for you to make at this time. Don't think about your work. Everybody is working diaspora. In America, we work and everybody is working as well. We knew that everybody is working, but it's not possible for all to be there for that 2 weeks. But that is what I feel rotate here. Whoever gbogbo àwọn tó ń gbé ní sọ̀rọ̀ àdéṣà agbègbè yẹn ẹ jáde if truly ṣẹ́rí àwọn Yorùbá nìkan tó wà ní New York nìkan there are millions in numbers. There are millions in number. Come out to us our New Jersey, come out to us our Connecticut, come out to us our Philadelphia. In Maryland alone, the numbers of Yoruba people that are living in Maryland alone, there are millions in number. So that is why we call on every one of them to come out. Yoruba Nation Diaspora Megaladi, they are not going there to represent an organization. We know there's an organization, but we are not going there to represent an organization. As an organization, no. But we are going there to represent the whole Yoruba Nation. To stand and to speak for Yoruba Nation. We are creating awareness to the whole nation to know and to be aware of what is going on, that we need our land for Yoruba Nation of sovereignty. Thank you so much, sir.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká wo short interlude yìí.
Father Island are back. Navy blue child. Jagamon. 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 Don't see go. Don't see go. I'm getting like confused. The love is too much. 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 The love is too much.
The love can never be too much when it comes to CSI. Babawa, without going into too much of the, I'm sure you understand what I mean. We are expecting a rally in Yoruba land very soon. But before we talk about that, lórí lẹ́tà tí a kọ sí presidency or President Muhammadu Buhari, I have the copy of the letter with me. We have been digesting it, we have been summarizing it, we have been looking into it, and without going into too much details, I'm just going to read a bit of it. The Yoruba Self-Determination Movement respectively write this letter to you for and on behalf of what we have been discussing in Tetibawa's analysis, the indigenous people. I probably brought this up so that people know that we are the indigenous people. Yoruba people of the southwest of Nigeria, inclusive the Yoruba citizens of the Ekiti, Lagos, Ogun, Ondo, Osun, Kogi, and Kwara, and blah, blah, blah. The Yoruba Self-Determination Movement is a movement comprising well over 100 Yoruba self-determination organizations based at home in the Yoruba homeland in Nigeria and abroad in most countries of the world. The Yoruba Self-Determination Movement collaborates, they said, many Yoruba self-determination organizations in the highest level. But the question is, Mr. President, the Yoruba Self-Determination Movement now serves you a notice of decision of the Yoruba people to assert their right to self-determination. The United Nations is here. We don't want them to discuss anything about Nigeria apart from the dissolution, the disintegration, and the breakup of Nigeria. It has been done before. Soviet Union, December 1991, 26th of December, was dissolved. Multiple countries came out of it and they're doing very well. One of them is Estonia. Estonia is 1.3 million. It is a human right to work on the internet in Estonia. 99% of their government activities is run online. As the United Nations are kickstart today, our people at home, can we also give them guarantee and assurance that the rally to Mbonile no is something that would also have impact as the one that and we're encouraging more people to attend as well.
Thank you so much, sir. Anyway, BHH analysis is very simple and it's very clear. It's clear to people that have the knowledge and understanding of what it means and whoever that know the meaning of the English that you just spoke now. Anyway, there are some countries, the former Yugoslavia, that's the USSR. I live in Russia and I live in Georgia. Georgia is part of the Russia. They got independent from the Russia, which is very close. The Russia is very close to Turkey. I live in Tbilisi, Georgia, very close to Turkey. Like I said, I've been to 82 countries in the world. I've been to all the continents in the whole world. What's the continent in this world that anybody can tell me about that I've never been to in my life?
Just to help you out, Tbilisi, Georgia is 1.1 million.
Yes, they are a small country. They share border with the Armenia and with the Turkey. So, but despite the fact, they are living fine and they are living good. I've been to so many countries, they are not even up to 2 million in population. Yes. I've been to Fiji Island. Fiji Island is very close to Australia. It's between Indonesia, which is Jakarta. The capital of the Indonesia is Jakarta. Very close to there.
They are not up to 1 million. Island. The whole population is 896.4.
I've been to King Solomon Island. That is after the New Zealand. After New Zealand, King Solomon Island. When we get to Australia, you get to New Zealand. After the New Zealand, you get to Papua New Guinea. After the Papua New Guinea, you get to King Solomon Island. I've been to all those areas. So, for the country here, have been continents that I've not been to. You see a lot of countries, they are not even up to Ekiti State. In population. There are a lot of countries that are not even up to them. But today, they are a nation. They are a country. Now, back to your question, sir. Anyway, in terms of every other things, in terms of all what we have, and in terms of all the adequate section that we acquire on our land, you discover that Yoruba nation is old enough to be a nation. Ibadan, in Oyo State alone, is enough to be in a country. In Oyo State alone, the second largest in Africa. We all knew that. Now, in terms of this, our Czech Republic, Hungary, like Croatia, Kosovo, all these countries here are former Yugoslavia and want to judge. Lies to wala tabida. So, like us, our norm, we are sovereign nation. We can come out from these people without wala. And the United Nations this year, we don't want them to recognize us as still part of Nigeria. That is the reason why we are going there. For United Nations, Latin the come up we pay our Yoruba, our more Adulawo. Oh my God. God bless Yoruba nation. God bless Yoruba people. Sir, I'm telling you today, you come to Yoruba language in the whole world. Wonder me, ó sì máa jẹ́ ìgbàlódé kan fún mi nígbà míì nígbà tí àwọn ọmọ tó wà ní tó máa ń sọ èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì èdè òyìnbó tó máa ń sọ lẹ́nu tí wọ́n náà tó ní ẹ̀ka àrò òjìlé tí wọ́n lè sọ Yorùbá jáde lẹ́nu ṣùgbọ́n this is the language tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè míì tí wọ́n fowó tó fi ń kọ́ like a Brazil speaking the Portuguese Brazil Mozambique Portugal Cabo Verde Guinea-Bissau There are about 8 countries don't speak Portuguese language. I live in Portugal. I can speak Portuguese fluently. Now, ṣùgbọ́n síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ tí wọ́n dé Brazil lẹ́ni, wọ́n adopt Yoruba language as as official language. Now, where I'm living here is very close to Ayotunji. Ayotunji is in South Carolina. I live in South Carolina, America. I've been to the city. Mo ti rí ọba wọn, èmi àtọ́bàjọ́ tó kájọ sọ̀rọ̀. Yorùbá ni wọ́n sọ. Ní ààfin ọba wọn, ẹ máa rí ilé Ṣàngó, Ọya, Ògún, gbogbo all these things they have it there. But èdè wa ni wọ́n sọ now. But these people they are from Oyo Empire. Yes. Now, èdè wa ni wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ. Go to Cuba. Cuba èdè wa, they adopt our language as official language. So, but nígbà míì, ó máa jẹ́ kó tó máa wà so surprised to me. Nígbà tí àwọn èèyàn mi tó bá wo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, ìlú yìí á ti wà more than 60 million. Our population is more than 60 million. So, a ti ju orílẹ̀-èdè lọ, we are more than a nation. Ekiti State alone is a country on its own.
3.3 million as of 2016, Ekiti.
Thank you so much. So, in United Nations, I think you want more with pay. Yoruba nation is more than other countries, which they represented a country over there. Namibia is just 2-point-something million. I live in Guinea-Bissau. I live in Sierra Leone. I live in Gambia. I live in Senegal. And I can speak their language. Russia, I can speak their language. Qatar, I can speak in the Larabawa very well. Good 5 years I live in Qatar. So now, I went look at the population one can say, they're not even up to us. In Singapore, I was Singapore before. In year 2000, I was in Singapore. I was the first Christian to create a redeemed Christian of God in Singapore in year 2000. Yes. In my house, in my garage, that's my redeemed. In Singapore, it's an Orthodox country. Go by 1 o'clock, and I tell you about 4 champagne, and you might come to the church in bed. Now, but before that was then, Nigeria is vis-a-vis to Singapore as at year 2000s. When I went there, I went as a student. I was a student of the United Nations, United of the Nation over there that time. Now, she was saying, hello, passport to Singapore, see, I want #1 passport ranking in the whole world. And what? In money? Nothing. They have only rubber. Rubber again, ara Nigeria not that.
5.6 million, Singapore.
5.6 million. Two want to go, like want to Ogun State. They are not Ogun State. You see, I want #1. I love passport ranking. Singapore is #1. Why? And they rank the passport because of the based on the economy of each country.
As of 2020, $340 billion US. That's their GDP.
They are even fine today. Last in Singapore, but Malaysia no. Nigeria get the rubber. Palm kernel from the Nigeria. Malaysia got the palm kernel from the Nigeria. And today, I want to know palm kernel in the world. Don't be surprised. I told export the laptop the one. What see the Yoruba? That's what I agree. When you go see, I have palm kernel tree, palm tree farm. Timoni see, go kirita gbin. Timoni veranda. Ati Malaysia lati rawa. Ti àwọn Malaysia la loju. Wọ́n no know that you. Why? They got this thing from us. But now today, I will not make use of it too. Rubber in Singapore, I don't know about in the whole world. So these are the only things to get from Nigeria. So we want the United Nations to realize and to know that we are old enough to stand on our own and to stand as a nation. We are not a kid. We want to stand on our own. So we want the United Nations to know that. By making our expression to them, by making them to realize that we are old enough to what? To stand. And the voice of the Yoruba nation people is not going back. That is our motto. Is not going back. Either They know that, or they know. The earlier they know that, the path will go good for them. Because CSI, Chief Sunday Adeboye, this man will never relent. No matter what the Nigerian government wants to do, no matter what the local finance want to do, we don't care. We are ready for them. Nothing they can do anymore. They have done the worst, and they are ready for them. If they bring it in peaceful, we are ready for them. If they bring it in another side, we are ready for them. No retreat, no surrender. And we are going to do it now. That is not the truth. So now, we don't want anything, and we don't want anybody to bring any fear into our midst again. We are stand and we are ready for whatever that want to come out. Yes, the United Nations must know that this time around, we are stand and we are not going back. No amount of intimidation, no amount of frustration, no amount of anything they can put on us. Oh, they say they can't do more than that. And we that we live in diaspora, they can never do anything for us. Nobody can do that in diaspora. Nobody can do that in America. Nobody can do that in UK or any other country in the whole world. We stand for Yoruba nation, and we want them to know that we are not going back. It's no retreat, no surrender. No matter what it's going to take, we are ready. We are ready. If Sunday Adeboye can escape July 1st of 2021, we escape every trap that we lay down for that man anymore. No anything again that can come up more than that again. We are ready for them. There's nothing, no shaking. Because also me that I'm talking today, Prophet Ayodele Ologungnololuwa, I'm ready for anything. They can't do anything. People is so we emancipate don't expire to go to me. Let your time go. We'll see me more. But I will stand for my country, for my nation, for my people. With the last breath of my throat. Thank you so much, sir.
Eshigoni, I'm going to be coming to the floor, F1, another 15 minutes, and I'll just open the floor so that we can get Amotiwa Lori Zoom as well. Let me just appreciate them by showing all the different faces that we have in our gallery. Moki Bugwaiti, Farabale, Tia Joke, Moripe, hands have been up already. Moriba Bawa, Moripe. Flag yẹn ó dà pé mi ni máa gba bàbá wa Stephen Fatade èmi ni máa gba tọwọ́ yẹn ẹ máa bá mi send padà sí London torí pé èmi gan fẹ́ lọ fi wọn níbi tí Buckingham Palace wà ó dà pé tí mo lọ yẹn ó dà pé yàn dá tó dáadáa mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá wa Alhaji Nasiru mo kí yín bàbá wa Prophet kó tó di pé a máa wá sórí floor where we will just have what we are doing tonight. Because when I open the floor, what we need more now is words of encouragement, especially for our people back home. We don't want to put our people in fearful way. There are some questions that we probably will not allow to go through. Especially if you go with Baba Ologungnololuwa, CSI. He will not answer security question on this platform. We are here because we want the world to recognize us. We have been existent. Ẹ jẹ́ lọ mú èrè kan wá fún yín bàbá wa tí I'm sure pé tẹ́ bá rí èrè yẹn máa pa ibo la tuntun lè gbé jáde. Èrè tí ẹ̀ ń wò lẹ́yìn mi, this sculpture is 700 years old. It's already a dispute between an artifact dealer and the Nigerian government that doesn't own it because there's nothing called Nigerian government. We know it was all the amalgamated. But bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́, this sculpture is 700 years old. Kódà ó dàgbà ju London Bridge tó ṣe collapse lọ nísìn. I'm sure tí bá ti ń lo language and terminology yẹn ẹni tó bá wá mọ tó ń pè ní London Bridge kò ti dákẹ́ á jẹ́ pé bóyá ẹni yẹn ẹ wà far away from the reality of the world. London Bridge has finally come down. Whether they wanted to keep it for a very long time, but it has finally come down. This sculpture is 700 years old. And it is quite older than the London Bridge. The question then is, Baba Prophet Ologungnololuwa kò ń ṣàìjọ̀nù ló design sculpture. Àwọn kan ló ṣe ní generation kan ní 700 years ago. Àwa ò mọ̀ wọ́n, but a mọ̀ pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ti ń bẹ. Kí wá ní fear pé tá bá dá dúró a máa ma ní clashes, èdè wọ̀ ní yéra wa, àní gbọ́ra wa yé. Mo ní mi yá ní Nàìjíríà gan bí mo dẹ̀rù pa gbọ́ra wa yé anyway because we are speaking different languages and it's never been a mistake identity crisis. But my question is, looking at this sculpture before we will be coming on the floor, where we will pick, those that have raised their hand and allow people to also say their words with us. This sculpture is 700 years old. Bishemba ń sọ̀rọ̀ ó wà lọ́wọ́ London Metropolitan Police. Wọ́n náà wọ́n ní release it because òfin ìlú yìí sọ pé nígbà tẹ́ tó rà lọ́wọ́ Belgium government for less than €100 tó fi wá tà ní UK for more than $1.4 million. But ibi tó ti fi lọ tà làwọn yàrá gbà wọ́n ti ń wá kínní because ó ti wà under the UNESCO pé n tó sọnù ní just ní 1986 wọ́n bá ní Australia ní Austria ó ṣàtò ó rìn pé padà ó tún padà sí Nàìjíríà ó tún jáde kúrò ní Nàìjíríà bí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì Belgium ṣe wá ta nǹkan tó jẹ́ ìwúlò fún àwa. And I believe if I quickly open this up because ó wà lórí BBC just for us to talk about it, the Nigeria sculpture, which, but while I'm still looking for that, Yoruba Ologunloluwa, we've seen a lot of issues like these all the time, where things have gone wrong in that messed up society. For the benefit of those of us that are ever went to they want soon ever mute one any code. We have about 6 people that are holding the codes. Ever control, please. Nigeria Ife Ed, why the UK police are holding a priceless sculpture as we speak right now. Okay, I think I lost my screen there. Let me bring that. So what I might have to do, let me share my screen rather than using what yeah. Nigeria Ife Ed, why the UK police are holding a priceless sculpture. Oh, okay. 1 minute. Let me stop this. Yeah, I've done that. Thank you so much. I think some of us might not see it, so I'll probably just leave it at the bottom there. What I just want to get out of this is something indicate that we are Yorubas, and even the BBC that is well known around the world. BBC ni screen to one BBC also recognize that we are who we say we are, without no doubt in our mind. But for me to confirm that as an authentic, I'm not going to read and buzz with everything here, but I want us to keep an eye on this one, Timo highlight. And it says, and I quote, "It was a bronze cast head which Mr. Axford recognized as coming from Ife, a Yoruba kingdom." This is what BBC wrote themselves. Tó bá yẹ pé KOIKIMEDIA ni ẹlẹ́ni mo ti lọ dọ́gbọ́n sí torí pé mo nífẹ̀ẹ́ Yorùbá nation dáadáa. BBC ló kọ átíkù yìí. Wọ́n mix ọ̀rọ̀ wọn out. Wọ́n mention pé in tí mò ń tẹ́ ń rí lẹ́yìn mi, it is from Ife, which is Ilé Ifẹ̀ táwọn ọmọ wa lọ lánàá tí wọ́n fi pa wọ́n lánàá. A Yoruba kingdom. That means the kingdom has been in existence without nobody disputing it. But the only problem is that it is now in what is today southwestern Nigeria. Ẹ wá gbọ́ nǹkan tó wá sọ níbí báyìí. Wọ́n ní originally Ife bronze heads, of which only 20 ló kù. Kódà wọ́n wá display kìíní nígbà kan rí àwọn tó wá láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kingdom ní UK. Ẹ wá gbọ́ nǹkan tó sọ. 20 péré ló kù are thought to be about 100. Kódà wọ́n kàn ṣe 30 ni ó ṣeé ṣe kó ju 700 yọ, but let's keep the 700. That means it's 700 years old. This article is right there on the BBC website, dated 26th of June this year. Prophet Ologunloluwa ká tó ṣí floor yẹn. Looking at these sculpture today, and the people that are still saying we are not what to be a kingdom, we are not what to be a sovereign nation, We are not what to be an independent nation. Kilema Banso Fumo.
Thank you so much. I would like to use some quotations from the Bible. The Bible says, "My people perish because of lack of the knowledge." Àwọn èèyàn mi ṣègbé nítorí wọn kò ní ìmọ̀. Ó ní bó bá pẹ́ ẹnikẹ́ni fọgbọ́n, ó ní kó béèrè. Ẹ náà wípé ní àkókò tí à ń sọ yìí, tí a bá rántí years tá à ń sọ yìí, 700 years. Ẹ bẹ̀ pé kì í ṣe 100 years, kì í ṣe 200 years. Now, ó túmọ̀ sí wípé Yorùbá ti exist for so many years. Before kó tó di pé àwọn dìdìrìn tá a pè ní kí lórúkọ ẹ̀, àwọn tó wá láti orílẹ̀-èdè kan, láti Britain nígbà tó wá ń gbà yẹn, tó wá ṣe kíni tó wá má jù wá papọ̀. So it means wípé àti exist for long. Tó bá yẹ pé kì í ṣe àwọn ìgbéyàwó tipátipá tí wọ́n ṣe papọ̀ pẹ̀lú Yorùbá àti àwọn other tribe ni, we would have been the best nation today in the whole world. So in other case, it means that we are old enough and we are capable to build a nation. And by so doing, to be honest with everybody today, in the whole world, in the scriptures that we are seeing all over the whole world, the Bible France today, they have the knowledge and the idea, and they got this from where? From Nigeria, from West Africa, and from Yoruba people. In England, in this America we are today, now, in this image we are seeing today, anyway, the way they design it, what was pay ilawa, and anyway, our land 700 years, not even 70 months, not even 1 year, not even 2 years, not even 20 years, 700 years, not even 100 years. And it's okay, Nigeria got Minera in 1960, in 19 this, in 19 that. It means that Yoruba years still before that time. We are more than dead. And that is the reason why. So we need our sovereignty. Yes. We need what? We need our sovereignty. Ṣùgbọ́n nítorí wípé àwọn ìwà kò mọ ohun tó pè ní ìtàn. Ẹni pé tí Ọlọ́run bá fẹ́ fìyà jẹ èèyàn, wọ́n á sọ, I do say this all the time. Tí Ọlọ́run bá fẹ́ fìyà jẹ èèyàn, January 1 ló ti máa bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ó dẹ́ December 31 kó tó expire. Yes. Torí pé Bíbélì ti sọ wípé àwọn èèyàn mi kú nítorí pé wọn kò ní ìmọ̀. Ó ní bó bá kọ ẹnikẹ́ni fún ọgbọ́n, ó ní jẹ́ kí ó béèrè. Torí pé ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, Ọlọ́run jogbo tó pè ní làákàyè fún wa. We have the sense, we have everything tọ́lọ́run fún èèyàn ní ayé. Kò sí orílẹ̀-èdè yẹn tó dá tó Yorùbá. I quote, when I was in Singapore, there was a day I traveled to Australia and I first question. Now, one of our lecturers, who wants to record it, ó wá sọ wípé ìlú kan wà tó yẹ pé jẹ́ the richest city in the whole world. Only there's a city that will have been the richest city in the whole world. It's my lecturer, Ji Shang. Now, ní Australia lọ́jọ́ yẹn, ó wá ní city yẹn, ó lò nínú research tó ń gbá. Ó wá sọ̀rọ̀ pé the city will have been the richest city in the whole world. Ó wá sọ nípa, ó wá dáko ní Ondo, Kiriko Ondo, in Nigeria, in West Africa. If I don't know Ondo, I want to go Ondo State, Professor. Only Ondo State, you're talking about Ondo State? Only yes, you got it right, man. Only that's good. Only that's where I came from. Oh, also, if I be to me, I Ondo State, Baba, and they can so thorough. In terms of everything, both the mineral resources and the natural diseases, it will not best one way. ẹ dárúkọ nǹkan báyìí tọ́lọ́run fún orílẹ̀-èdè àgbáláyé tí Ọlọ́run fún wa nílẹ̀ káàró òjíire. I need gold, I need diamond, I need tata, I need everything. Both mineral resources and natural resources. Ọlọ́run fún wa ní gbogbo ẹ̀.
And human resources.
Inside the bitumen alone, Nigeria, in the whole world today, Canada has the largest bitumen in the whole world. Nigeria has the second largest in the whole world, which is Agbabu in Ondo State. And Canada, see, millions of people are going there today to survive. They only have a bitumen, nothing else. But that's the same bitumen, the second largest in the whole world, who are here in a Karo Jire. And bitumen, according to research, tí a ṣe, a lè pé bitumen dàbí igi ọ̀pẹ, ní ara igi ọ̀pẹ, ẹ máa rí ìgbálẹ̀, ẹ máa rí ẹyìn, ẹ máa rí epo, ẹ máa rí everything there. That is just like a bitumen. Inside the bitumen alone, we have a lot of things inside the bitumen alone that they generate, that they refine. Now tell me, what else do we need in Nigeria or in Yoruba land? Tí a ò fi qualify láti ní orílẹ̀-èdè títí wa. Gbogbo tọ́lọ́run fún gbogbo àlùmọ́nì, tọ́lọ́run fún gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀dá ènìyàn, tọ́lọ́run fún àwọn other people. Onani, like I said last time, like I told someone, money, Nigeria is the worst country in the whole world. Only why? Only yes. In terms of the mineral resources, gbogbo àwọn Afghanistan, àwọn Somalia, àwọn Sudan, wọn ní 1/4 of what we have in Nigeria. But around the place they go kini wọ̀nyí, síbẹ̀, they are not make use of all this. They remain stagnant and they remain nonsense of the country. Ṣùgbọ́n ní àkókò tá a wà yìí, ó túmọ̀ sí wípé bí a bá lè dá dúró, a ní ohun tó yẹ. Ẹ wo, bí a bá gbórílẹ̀-èdè wa lẹ́nìí, I can tell you and I can bet it with you, a lot of people will go back home. A lot of people will go back home. Gbogbo ìyà tí a ń jẹ ní diaspora, gbogbo ohun tá a fèsì, tẹ bá rẹ́ lòmíì ní àkókò snow ní London, ó máa dì bí àlùbásà ni, àbí bí egbò Ìjẹ̀bú ló ṣe máa dì. Ẹ máa pàdé lòmíì ní àárọ̀ tó ń gbà mí, ẹ máa sá fún ni. Tẹ bá rẹ́ lòmíì tó ṣe máa dì ní Amẹ́ríkà yẹn nígbà míì ní àkókò snow, ó máa dà bí kíni, ó máa dà bí òòṣà ìlú yín ni. And why? Look at the weather, because of the system and the weather. Ṣùgbọ́n tí wọ́n bá jogún ilẹ̀ wa fún àtàgbọ́n orílẹ̀-èdè wa, ayẹkiri, a máa padà sílé, a máa gbogbo energy, all the effort that are put in together in diaspora, a máa put ẹ̀ ní orílẹ̀-èdè wa. White Lion, the best doctor in the whole world is in this America. The best medical doctor, America ni, ọmọ káàró òjíire ni, is from Yoruba land. Ẹni tó gbé ọmọ 3 months jáde nínú aláàbò inú tó lè ṣe brain surgery fún tó tún dá padà sínú ẹ̀. Kí la need again? So we are old enough, we have everything. When we are talking about everything, the word of everything signifies everything, nothing else than everything. So when we are talking about everything, we have everything. Better than others. Not even in common, but better than others. There's a difference between being common and better. And we know we are not over the stage of the better, we are the best in the whole world. Yoruba land is the best in the whole world. Or secondly, if you compare Yoruba land. In terms of everything, in terms of the culture, in terms of the language, in terms of the mentality, in terms of everything. Even though in terms of the mineral resources and the natural resources, God bless Yoruba land. We are the best in the world. And that is the reason why people are allowed to talk about because we pay one star party they go òmìnira wa free kúrò wọn náà. Ẹ lọ Kotonu now. A lot of 98% of people that live in Kotonu today, they are from Yoruba. Now, they are speaking Yoruba language. A lot of them from Kotonu. Orúkọ mi ni Mọ́yọ̀sọ́lá. Mọ́yọ̀sọ́lá, where are you from? I'm from Benin. Benin from where? Benin, I can say I've been from Kiriko. But I'm speaking Yoruba language. Where are they from? They are part of us. So Yoruba has expanded, and we have been given the grace to dominate all over the world.
Àwọn America ń sìn wọ́n tún travel to the state wọ́n tún travel lọ sí ilẹ̀ káàró òjìrì wọ́n lọ kọ́ èdè wa. They travel down to Yoruba land to learn our language. In school today, wọ́n ti adopt language wa láti lè máa kọ́ láti lè máa sọ èdè wa èdè tó dùn. Oh my God! Èdè tó máa fi ìrẹ́jà ayé. Ẹ ṣé gan-an lójú.
Ẹ ṣé gan-an. Thank you so much. Mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, and now I'm gonna come on the floor. It's just about 1 minute past 12 midnight in London, and that will be about 6 hours behind in America and 8 hours depending on the time of the globe around the world. Australia, gbogbo àwọn area yẹn àwọn ti wà ní a new day entirely, and the New Zealand. I'm just gonna go at random. First on now, to know what's okay. Let's be brief with the question. Like I said, security question. We will not let it pass through here. Our focus point tonight is the rally, both in America, in New York precisely, and likewise the one happening back home. Eba Agbon's okay. Babawa Adedoyin Ayodele, I'm gonna start from you because that's the way I don't know who actually put the answer for, but let me use my initiative just to go from that end. Go ahead.
Ẹ ṣeun ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi, mo kí Prophet Ologunloluwa. God bless you, sir. White Lion, Mr. Koiki, God bless you. God bless you. We really appreciate you. Mo dẹ̀ kí gbogbo àwọn bàbá mi àwọn ìyá mi ní inú ilé. Mo dẹ̀ kí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ káàrọ̀ oòjíire ní gbogbo ibikíbi báwo kan wà. Àrọwà mo kàn fẹ́ pa sí gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa tó wà ní New York. Tí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó bá wà ní New York nìkan tó bá jáde. We are justified. We have a lot of people, a lot of Yoruba citizens in New York. If they can only come out to shout acclamation, recognition, that we just need recognition, I'm telling you, we got it right. And the mother they kill of gbogbo àwọn ọmọ àlè tó wà láàrin wa tó jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá, tó jẹ́ ọmọ àlè. Tó wá shout one Nigeria last time. Àmọ́ ọkọ̀ tí wọ́n kọ̀ tó àwa kan tó jẹ́ ọmọ àlè kan náà ó lè kojú ọmọ àlè ta. Ó kọ̀ tó àdàgbé ẹni o. Mo ṣe the signal sí wọn, tó bá bí ìyàlá ìyàwó ìdàdí Samanad, wọ́n jáde. Wọ́n kọ́kọ́ ṣáájú. Èmi fúnra mi personally, mo máa rán wọn sódùdúà. Wọ́n kọ́kọ́ lọ bá mi, Òdùdúà bá mi kọ́ wọn nípò pé wọ́n hùwà ọmọ àlè. Mo kàn ní kí sọ fún wọn ní o, tó bá bí wọn dá, wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ ọkọ̀ màlè ni wọ́n.
Thank you so much, and we appreciate that. I can also say thank you so much, to my beautiful mother. I've just spotted her on the thread, watching us as well. Let me go straight to Mr. Samuel. If you also want to come in, let us hear from you as well. Thank you so much for being patient with us.
Okay, Prophet Ayodele Ologunloluwa, ó lè kí àwọn bọ̀dá wa Koiki iṣẹ́ takuntakun. Èmi kàn fẹ́ gba àwọn èèyàn wa nímọ̀ràn ni. Irú màrún lè fún nípa central account. Mo fẹ́ kí bá wa pàrọ̀ àfáwọn èèyàn wa yí pé central account táwọn bàbá wa ti fọwọ́ sí tí wọ́n gbé jáde. Káwọn èèyàn wa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fowó sí torí pé a ní ìdí ẹ̀ ní àsìkò yìí. Ẹ ṣé gbogbo lé. Thank
you so much. And for the benefit of those of us that are not aware, the central account is also very easy for you to donate. All you have to do is just go to their website, www.ysdm.org. And as you can see, if you log in there, which my screen is showing because I can monitor my screen, and we are streaming on multiple channels as we do all the time tonight. We appreciate those of you that have joined us so far. So I'm going to be sharing the link out as well. So when you go on the YSDM, it's very, very easy. You click on the donate button, which is on your right hand screen. And they've done it in a way that highlighted, purple. When you click on that, it will then come down and ask you, how you want to make the donation. So let's say if I wanted to make a donation, it will ask me to highlight the currency. I'm living in UK, so that means I'll be putting pound sterling. Select a reason for donation. I mean, there's I think a couple of them there. either for Yoruba Nation Central Account, Welfare Fund, Family Support, Yoruba Self-Determination Awareness Campaign. So I think one intention anyway, and we'll break it down for ẹ má bínú pé òyìnbó wa pọ̀ nínú broadcast. I'm sure we have to understand that àwọn ọmọ wa kọ̀ọ̀kan náà wà ibi máa ń sọ tí wọ́n ì tí gbọ́ dáadáa. So ká má dẹ̀ di pé à ń neglect wọn and we want to carry them along as well. So let's say mo kàn fi donate for Yoruba Nation. You click on that. I'll just say maybe £10. I will put my name there, the donor's name, and all that as well. So this is something that you can then do with your card and make that payment, and that payment will automatically be received on the other side. Our important way, as we are campaigning that we want to exit, I call it the contraction. We must also remember that if we do not involve our pockets, the money that we have, I had the opportunity láti rí ìkan náà wọn tí Ọlọ́run ní a máa pàdé, tí wọ́n ń gbé l'America. I was here in UK over the weekend last week, and I reached out and we went and met each other. Imagine pé kíyàn ra lé 150 million. I'm not going to mention the state in Yoruba land. Tí lè gbé bẹ́ẹ̀ báyìí. So that means gbogbo wàhálà tó ṣe, gbogbo owó tó raise ní, I mean, definitely when we have Yoruba Nation, they will relocate back. So kí ni mo sọ ni pé all these $10, $20, $100, mo mọ̀ pé ṣé yẹn ò easy láti ṣe, but we need money for the movement. We need to put our hands in our pocket and release that money now. We believe and we trust those that we are, handling these issues of money. I understand we are always skeptical, and it is not us alone. It is just all over the world, when it comes to money. But we believe and we have 100% guarantee that those that are managing, whether it's the Ominira account or the Yoruba Central account, we don't have any issues with that. Please, our deep hands were in our pocket. So that has answered that question. And again, as you can see below right there is the Yoruba Central Self-Determination Movement. If you are not sure of it, they have a PayPal as well. I will be putting that out. I'm charging the other phone there, but the PayPal also is available if you want to make that PayPal. If you're not too sure, there will always be our different medias that you can communicate with. Or if you call us, we will connect you with those. I speak to the finance department of this Yoruba Self-Determination Movement. I believe you can also donate from that as portal as well. So that answers that, and that again also the Ominira GoFundMe as well is still there as well. As we always say on our platforms, we appreciate and we support all these two platforms that are doing what they have to do. Now let's come back again onto the floor. Right there, ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́ gbọ́ tí Jide Ige evangelist on Sunday Biba at the New York ground. I believe we should get a sound. Okay, I'm not getting a sound, but they are right there. This was in the afternoon. The same thing tá à ń sọ ṣe gbọ́ kan náà ni evangelist Ige Sunday. Ẹ má jókòó sílé pé ẹ fẹ́ wò lórí social media. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ti kọjá social media. Wò ń ṣe tá à ń bò pamọ́. Àwọ̀ kì í ṣe interfere máa bò pamọ́. Ẹ ṣé gan ni my brother there, Mr. Sam, for giving us that heads up as well. Let's come back again on the floor, and I believe I'm going to go straight to Baba Wole. It's your turn now. Let's hear from you. And to bá fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ náà, ẹ lè highlight or kẹ́ jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ pé fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀, and I'll bring you in later on as well. Let me add you to the spotlight. Yeah, you could go ahead, sir.
Ẹ ṣé gan, Mr. Koiki àti Prophet Ologunloluwa. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi?
Loud and clear.
Ẹ ṣé mo kí gbogbo ilé o. Thank you very much for this program. It's very, very uplifting. Nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ kò pọ̀. Just very quickly, it's about the people coming out. Ó máa ń dùn mí pé tá a bá ń ṣe àwọn rally yìí, àwọn èèyàn ò kí ń jáde enough. But these two rallies, tẹ́ sọ lálẹ́ yìí, they are very, very key. The one in New York at the UN, and even more so the one in that's forthcoming in Nigeria, the second rally. Rally in Nigeria, vision to be we need between 1 and 4, maybe 5 million Yoruba people to come out. I need that to go. I need that to go there. I need that to Ibadan. I need that to Bebon. Just let 5 million Yoruba people. How many Yoruba people in Nigeria? How many roughly?
About let's see if we say based on their statistics about 30 million. Let's
okay, all right then. Let's 2, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million come out. If 5 million people, Yoruba people come out, I'm telling you, we get our nation without any problem. That is my point. Social media, people who are afraid to talk publicly, people who cannot write, people who cannot do anything. Everybody must tell themselves, what can I do to support this rally? And do it. You have to ask yourself. And if you are not doing not anything, and you are not coming out, then you are not serious about Yoruba nation. If you are really serious and you want to see the end to these brutal killings in Nigeria, all this rape that is going on, all this rubbish that Fulanis are doing on our land, everybody must come out without any exception. Thank you.
Eshegon, and that was I couldn't add more to what my uncle actually said there. And I think Professor Ologulu, BFA sorry call. I still wanted to take as many people on the floor, but maybe you want to respond to that as well.
Yeah, I want to respond to that message. Baba Wale, thank you so much. It's one of our father.
Nice to see you.
We started this race together in year 2020. We started this together at the OEM, that's the Odua Action Movement, and we received it ended today. Yeah, I will just let everybody know, and I give them the 100% of assurance that in the Yoruba land rally, mega rally that is coming up, leading by our leader, the Gideon of our time, which is a CSI, Chief Sunday Oloye Adeyemo Igboho. I want everybody to understand that in that rally that's coming up, there's a safety, there's a security, and everything is guaranteed. No any evil will happen to any one of you. Be assured of the safety. We are there. Everybody will be there on ground on that day. I particularly, I'm talking to you today, will be there. Nothing will happen. No shaking. No shaking. Go and read the meaning of Ologunloluwa. That's the man of the war. We don't fear. I'm a drop of the money. I don't know. Very good. That is our time. So, Baba àti Mama wa ní Yorùbá nation rally tó máa ṣe nílẹ̀ Káàárọ̀ Oòjíire. Tí a bá lè jáde tán, that is end of that useless country. Ẹ jáde tán, bàbá wà ń bẹ̀ o, bàbá dúró fún wa, bàbá CSI, wọ́n wà ń bẹ̀. Ọlọ́run wà pẹ̀lú bàbá yìí, Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ wà pẹ̀lú gbogbo wa, Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ wà pẹ̀lú wa náà, àwọn dẹ̀ wà bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ yẹn náà. Àti Ọlọ́run àti ènìyàn ní ọjọ́ yẹn, a máa jáde tán ni. Nothing can happen to any one of us. Ẹgbà bẹ́ẹ̀ kò sóko tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Ìjọba mùjẹ̀mùjẹ̀ kò lè shoot wa, wọ́n lè attack wa, they can never do anything. Why? Because we have God at our back, we have God on our front, and we have the nation, the other country that are supporting us, that stand for us. Nothing will happen to us on that day. So just please have the rest assurance that nothing is going to happen to us. Thank you so much.
I love that energy. Picture 10 me was 1969. These are the crowd that came out in France and shut down the whole country. This image. So, if I can get this image of this when the Yoruba mega rally is called, the world will definitely say, you know what, we cannot even allow anything. Let's allow the Yoruba people to go. I'm going to come back again to the floor while I leave that image. So, I want you to look at the image. And this was the protest in France in 1969. I did talk about it on the Yedara show the other day. Again, lost our grandfather, Baba mi dada, Baba wa Stephen, Saturday, you look on the scene, Eje Kagbo, Lato.ye as well. Go ahead, sir.
Ẹ kú ìkànnì yìí o, gbogbo ènìyàn mi tó wà lórí ètò yìí, inú mi yùn púpọ̀
nígbà tí bàbá wa Kóìkì sọ pé òun máa ṣe agbátẹrù ètò yìí àti bàbá wa Ológunlolúwa olùwádà yìí ṣe fún wa o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ la dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ bàbá wa Chief CSI Ìgbòho ìṣàjẹ́kànmọ̀ kò sébi tán àti máa jẹ́ kó mọ̀ ìyìnbó gan mọ̀ kan tó jẹ́ kànmọ̀. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ bàbá wa Akíntóyè náà àti bàbá wa Adéníran pẹ̀lú mọ̀mọ́ wa Onítìrí àti gbogbo àwọn agbátẹrù ètò tó jẹ́ pé ó ń jẹ́ Yorùbá Nation. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Èròǹgbà mi fún àwọn tó máa ṣe ìwọ́de ní wájú United Nations ní New York ni pé gbogbo èrò tó wà ní Connecticut, tó wà ní upstate, tó wà ní New Jersey, tó wà ní New York, tó wà ní Staten Island, ẹ jẹ́ ká pé wọ́n pèsè síbẹ̀. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àfojúmù pé kò tí ì kàn wá. Ẹ má jẹ́ kó kàn àbí ti bàbá tó lóun ló kàn o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé ẹ̀tọ́ ìlárugẹ torí àwọn ọmọ wa tó hàn lè sọ Yorùbá wọn máa lọ lé bí ìwọ gan lára tó ń bá ṣètò bó tiẹ̀ ní lọ ọmọ ọmọ ẹ̀ á lọ. Gbogbo wọn á béèrè pé bọ́nà ti wá wọn á sọ pé ìlú Yorùbá náà ti wá àti Nàìjíríà wá o. Yorùbá nation ti dúró o. Ẹ má sì jẹ́ ká bẹ̀rù nítorí ìwòye láti ní September mo lọ sínú ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì mo lò ojoojúmọ́ mo ń lọ síbẹ̀ látago 8 àárọ̀ títí dago 5. Àwọn tó wà ń bẹ̀ náà ta lẹ́sìn àwà níbí kò sẹ́rù rárá ọlọ́pàá wà láti dáàbò bò wá. Ọlọ́pàá New York ọlọ́pàá Nàìjíríà kan máa nà wá àbí kankan. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká bẹ̀rù kò sẹ́ni lè tàn kájí kùn lẹ́nu lòdì pé ká dẹ́rù bára wa ẹ jẹ́ ká fi àwọn ọlọ́pàá pé ìjà tá ń jà yìí ìjà ń gbára ni ìjà fún Yorùbá nation. Ẹ má kàn lè dá sílẹ̀ lọ ẹ má torí bàbá Ológunlolúwa lọ ẹ torí sára yín lọ fún ìran yín ìran Yorùbá. Olúwa ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ bàbá Kóìkì o ṣé o. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn tó lórí ètò náà tó sọ̀rọ̀ sí lórí ètò yìí. Adúpẹ́ o. Ajúṣe fún wa o. Yorùbá nation now and now and now.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa Grandad bàbá wa Stephen. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn mídíà tí wọ́n wà nínú ilé pẹ̀lú wa gbogbo èyí tí ẹ wà nínú ilé náà pátápátá láì yọ ẹnì kankan sílẹ̀. I guess now we have more hands up. Ẹ jẹ́ lọ sọ́dọ̀ ìyá wa àwọn ìyá lálùbáríkà ìyá wa Idiyat Afọlábí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ láti ọ̀dọ̀ tiyín náà lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ètò yìí. Àwọn bàbá wa àti gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ wọn pátápátá ni wọ́n ṣe agbátẹrù ẹ̀ tí a mọ̀ sí the Yoruba Nation Mega Rally. Now let's speak to our mother, and it's always good to speak to mothers because they come from a different angle. Síbi táwọn bàbá wa bá sọ̀rọ̀ ẹgbọ́n sókè ìyá wa.
Mo fi àsìkò yìí mo fi dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹni tó wà ní orí ìkànnì yìí ẹ̀yin bàbá wa àti gbogbo ẹ̀yin màmá. Mo dúpẹ́ gan-an fún Mr. Kóìkì láti mú prógrámù yìí wá sí ojú táyé. Mo dúpẹ́ fún prọfẹ̀tì wa fún gbogbo ìgbìyànjú wọn látàárọ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation kì í ṣe látàárọ̀ bọ̀ láti ìgbà ìwà bẹ̀rẹ̀. Mo dúpẹ́ gan-an ni prophet òjíṣẹ́ gan-an ó ní ẹ jẹ́ torí pé orúkọ ọmọ ó rí lè ro ọmọ gidi gan-an ni. Mo rí pé iṣẹ́ tí Ọlọ́run rán yín ẹ̀ ń jẹ ẹ dẹ̀ máa jẹ́ lájẹ̀délẹ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run ní orílẹ̀ Yorùbá nation yìí. Ó máa wá sí ìmúṣẹ lágbára Ọlọ́run àti ìgbìyànjú gbogbo èèyàn tó gbìyànjú lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation yìí. Nǹkan tẹ́mi fẹ́ sọ ni wípé gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá kan wà tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n jẹ́ ọmọ àlè Yorùbá. Irú wọn ni àwọn tó jáde torí wípé wọ́n ní tí òkèrè ò bá lanu aláǹgbá ò ní wọ́bẹ̀. Níbi rally tí wọ́n ṣe ní last year ó di pé àwọn kan jáde tí wọ́n sponsor tí wọ́n fún lówó pé kán máa sọ pé wọ́n Nàìjíríà la fẹ́ wọ́n yọ Nàìjíríà la fẹ́. Mo mọ̀ pé àwọn ọmọ àlè Yorùbá kan àwọn ni wọ́n fún àwọn ìjọba lọ́wọ́ tí wọ́n fi lè organize irú àwọn èèyàn báyẹn. So gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá gbìyànjú láti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ this time around wọ́n á bálẹ̀ lọ tọmọtọmọ tẹbítẹbí wọn wọ́n á bálẹ̀ lọ gbogbo wọn pátápátá wá parun. Ìgbà tí Yorùbá nation tó bá fi máa wá sí ìmúṣẹ wàá fi wọ́n ṣàwátì ní lágbára Ọlọ́run. Gbogbo àwọn àlè tí wọ́n bá ń fún àwọn èèyàn burúkú lọ́wọ́ lágbára Ọlọ́run Yorùbá nation kò ní sojú wọn. Nípa ti àǹdá àṣẹ nípa owó tí à ń dá fún ti CSI yìí. So mo fẹ́ rọ̀ wá gbogbo àwa tá ipá jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá bá àti ẹ̀ ṣe ẹgbẹ́ Yorùbá nation. a fẹ́ rọ̀ wá pé kẹ́ ẹ jọ̀wọ́ kẹ́ ẹ ràn wá lọ́wọ́ kíyekíye kò sí iye tó kéré jù ó lè jẹ́ bíbá ẹni ó lè jẹ́ Nàìjíríà ni o ẹ jọ̀ọ́ bá wa gbọ́nwọ́ sí àwo kò sí iye tó kéré o a sọ pé dandan ní this time around a sọ pé dandan pé bóyá kẹ́ ṣe Yorùbá nation àbí kán wọ ẹgbẹ́ àbí wọn wọ ẹgbẹ́ ó dáa ó wù wá pé kí gbogbo wa pátápátá ká wà nínú ẹgbẹ́ ká tún yáyá but owó a níjẹ owó náà wọn bá tí ẹ bá lè fi ràn wá lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run á ràn yín lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run á máa pèsè fún gbogbo wa àpò wa ò ní gbẹ ibi tá a ti ń mú owó Ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́ kí bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ ṣe gan ni.
Thank you so much, Iyawa. And then we're gonna go straight to the next hand that is there, Barrister Ayo Martins. Ẹni Amaniki Ẹ̀yin Bawa Sọ̀rọ̀. I just want to add you to the I want to pin you as well. Okay, Mumbo. Emma Sorolo, Eba unmute ara yín, Barrister Ayo, and so that we can also have you speak with us as well. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìyá wa tí wọ́n ṣẹ̀ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ tán. We really appreciate the words of wisdom. Bí ṣe máa ń sọ táwọn ìyá wa bá sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀rí words of wisdom ní inú ẹ̀. A wá fi ìjókòó yìí a fi ń kí mo rí Barrister mọ́. I can't see you anymore. Okay, you're still there. Unmute yourself, please. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself and let's hear from you. That's if you're still sitting with us. Let's hear from you, sir.
For me, 2 minutes.
Okay, that's fine. We got to the next person. When you're ready, let me know. Mr. Taiwo, I believe is a male or female. I'm not too sure. I'll just say Mr. Taiwo, and if it's a male, female, I will recognize that when the voice comes up. Bawa Bones, okay. Mr. Taiwo, Ejekagbolati Odoti. If you're still sitting with us. Once again, you are watching a live transmission. Today the 13th. This is not the time. Mo mọ̀ pé àwa tá wà London a máa pé òun ti dé ẹjọ́ àsìkò yóò ń ṣàsìkò oorun. The 2 weeks is going to be very busy. We will be also pushing our focus will be more of what is happening, in the United Nations, as we are preparing the ground for the mega rally at home. Okay, Mr. Taiwo, let's hear from you, sir.
Mo kí gbogbo yín ẹ kú ètò. Mo kí bàbá wa gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń ṣe Yorùbá nation pátápátá lágbára Ọlọ́run. Ọlọ́run máa pín gbogbo wa lérè Yorùbá nation. Mo rẹ̀ tún kí bàbá mi Ológunlolúwa àjíjọ wà papọ̀ náà nínú gúrùpù kan. So mo fẹ́ experience feeling mi ni lórí àwọn ọ̀dọ́ Yorùbá. Ẹ̀bẹ̀ la kàn ń bẹ gbogbo wọn. Ó lọ sí school, ó ríṣẹ́, ó kàwé, ó ṣe wẹ̀rẹ́bà tó yẹ kó ṣe. Yorùbá Nàìjíríà ò fún ẹ níṣẹ́. And ìwọ tó tún ní opportunity àti wá sí United States, ó ní opportunity àti wá sí Canada, ó ní opportunity àti wà ní UK, wherever you are in the whole country, the continent. We are begging you and we are inviting you to participate on this rally, this mega rally. It's very important for you to fight for your rights. It don't have to be about you. It can be because of your family. Bóyá ẹnìkan ti wà nílé yín tí ò ríṣẹ́ láti bí 20 ọdún tó sì wà lábẹ́ bàbá ẹ̀ tó sì ń jẹun. O ò lè fún ní $100, o ò lè fún ní $200 every month. You cannot be satisfied. This is why these people are fighting for your freedom. Please, kindly participate. Kindly join them and do this rally. Fight for your own right and fight for your people's right. It might not be your turn today. It might be your turn tomorrow. Please, don't just fold your hands and say, Kokomi, you take care. Please, you don't have to be in Nigeria before you participate on this Yoruba nation. Most people that are fighting for Yoruba nation, they are not in Nigeria. They are outside the country, but they are seeing the suffering, the punishment that Nigerians are going through. They know that our people did not deserve to get punished like this. We are the one, all this language, these people are not practicing our language for a reason. They practice it because they have a reason. Why are these people not going and practicing Hausa language? Why these people are not practicing Igbo language? Why these people are not going to practice any other language, Fulani language? They look at Yoruba language, they know that we are gorgeous. They know that we are superstar in any endeavors. And they see what they have in us. They want to see that these people have a glory. This language has a glory. So let's take for instance, when you go to England, before you mention 2 names, 3 names that have sources in England, Yoruba people will be the best in Africa. When you come to the United States, mention 100 people, let's take Africa, all Africa, entire Africa. When you take 2 out of 100, Yoruba people will be like 90 out of them that come successfully in every endeavor. Why are we scared? Why we can't fight for our right? It is time. I was living with a citizen here, a United States citizen, and she was telling me, how do Yoruba people, who is Yoruba people? I explained. He said, why is it always them? I was a medical delivery driver. I go to the hospital, they call it, it's a very popular hospital in the United States. I guarantee you, the best doctor in that hospital is a Yoruba female. She is deep, and she said that she has been working for over 35 years old. And I look at her, I said, why can't we just have Yoruba nation and you just be a supervisor in that nation? That would be a privilege for all Yoruba. So I'm just encouraging, if any youth are still sitting down and waiting for politicians to give you a cup of rice, you are waiting for them to give you 10,000. You are waiting for anything, or you just put your hand, say, okay, I'm in America, I'm in Canada, I'm in wherever you are in the world. We don't know who you are. We don't care who you are right now. We care about those people who have no opportunity that you have in their country that are suffering. They can't eat. You can eat chicken, you can eat goat meat, you can eat whatever here now. But there is some people, they drink ordinary garri tonight in Nigeria. Which our people did not deserve that. I don't pray that for my mama. My mama is in Nigeria. My daddy is in Nigeria. I have a brother and sister in that country. So I'm not going to keep praying for them to start suffering because I'm here convenience. And I think like, okay, my people, I can just leave you alone to just keep suffering. So let's fight. Let's fight for our freedom. Please, let's come out for this rally. Let's fight. Let's come for this rally. Those are for us. Please, don't put you are too big. Don't put you are too rich. Surrender yourself and lower down your any capacity that you have in your state, in whatever country you have. Be a supporter of Yoruba nation. I pray God will help every one of us in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Let's go for this short interlude. We'll come back again in just about a few minutes.
Yoruba ronú, aṣọwọ́pọ̀ lóòótọ́. Ìyá yìí máa ti tẹ̀gbọ́jú, ìrẹ́lẹ̀ ní gbogbo. Yoruba nation ṣàfẹ́. Yorùbá nation ṣàfẹ́ mẹ́gàlá ní USA. Gbogbo ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire àsìkò ti tọ́. Kíyàyà polongo ètò ẹgbàgbà láti gbọ̀nà kúrò. Orílẹ̀-èdè àjẹsílẹ̀ lójoojúmọ́. Ọlọ́lẹ̀ bàbá wa wọ́n kọ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn. Lẹ́kùn jẹ́rìí àjẹkùnjà kọ́ríkọ́kọ́. Ọ̀dàlẹ̀ Yorùbá tó sọ àlàáfíà Yorùbá ní fíafíà. Àwọn mẹ́lẹ́lẹ́ Yorùbá wà ní ẹni tó ní kí àṣà mẹ́kù. Àwọn ẹ̀yà ìyánilẹ́kùn ti sọ́jọ́ ọ̀la àwọn ọmọ wa ní ẹni tí ò sọ́jọ́ ọ̀la mọ́. Wọ́n máa fi tipátipá tí báwọn ọmọ wa lájọṣepọ̀ sọ́nà tí ò sọ. Àwọn ọmọ wa ti ẹni ilẹ̀ bàbá rẹ̀. Àti ṣíṣe àgbẹ̀wò ìgbèrú gbogbo wa lórílẹ̀ wa. Gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá lọ́jọ́ òkú. Wọ́n bẹ̀rù láti wá sílẹ̀ bàbá wọn. Nítorí kó ṣe fìtìjà ṣe. Àwọn ọmọ ọkọ máa ń fi àlàáfíà yẹ ọmọ kúrò lọ́dọ̀ àwọn ọmọ àlè. Ó sọ ìjọba wa ní ilẹ̀ ìtàjẹ̀ sílẹ̀. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá lókè òkú
àlàáfíà Yorùbá Nation Diaspora Mẹ́gàlá ní USA. Ibi ìpàdé Diadema Store Plaza 47th Street and 4th Avenue.
United Nations.
New York ní ọjọ́ kẹtàlá oṣù kẹsàn-án ní sísí ẹ̀tàdínlọ́gbọ̀n oṣù kẹsàn-án ọdún 2022. 13th to 27th September 2022. Ní dédé àgbàgbọ́ mẹ́jọ àárọ̀ sí àgbà márùn-ún ìrọ̀lẹ́ 8 to 5 p.m. Ní ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá Saturday Plaza Sọ́gbà 2022. Fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé láti kópa nínú ìpolongo yìí ẹ lè pè ṣé Yorùbá Nation Diaspora Mẹ́gàlá ní USA. Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa +18038461116 tàbí P.R. Òwúyá +11880859114. Secretary Moses Abiodun Ojo +13473018360.
Ìyá ti pọ̀jù, ìrẹ́lẹ̀ lè pọ̀, Yorùbá Nation la fẹ́.
Àwọn ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire ẹ jẹ́ ká fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ nítorí ọjọ́ ọ̀la àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá Nation náà.
Ọ̀gá Island are back. Navy blue check. Jagamo. 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 Lọ́sibò. Lọ́sibò. Ìbò. Ọgbà tí wà confused. The love is too much. 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 Jagamo.
Well, the love will always be too much. That is just, a bit of what we should be expecting in a very massive mega rally. The time is still just 12:32. We are still taking the floor question. For those of us that are in the Zoom link,
What's ready by?
Okay, all right, we're gonna come to you straight away. Once again, adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ bàbá wa Táíwò tí wọ́n bá wa fi oúnjẹ mi. Bẹ́ẹ̀ mo ṣe ń kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa pátápátá. Mo máa kí bàbá wa Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa fún ètò tí ẹ gbé kalẹ̀ yìí. Torí pé ẹ̀yin lẹ gbé tó yẹn kalẹ̀ kò kì í ṣe KOIKIMEDIA. My job is just to use the media to push the message out. Tó bá jẹ́ pé àṣẹ Yorùbá Nation máa ń sọ pé nǹkan míì ni olúkálùkù wa ọba máa wò. Let me now bring Barrister Ayo Martins. Please unmute yourself and let's bring you into the conversation. Let's hear from you as well. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò.
Ẹ ṣé gan mo kí gbogbo ilé. Àdúrà wa gbójú ní tiwa. Bàbá wa Kóìkì láì pé first time tí máa rí opportunity láti dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín gbogbo àwọn iṣẹ́ tẹ̀ ń ṣe. Most especially at the earliest stage of this struggle ní year 2020. Gbogbo àwọn document.
I think I mixed the name up. I think Ayọ̀ṣílé number sorry sí àbí.
Yes, Ayọ̀ṣílé.
Yeah, I was thinking it was Barrister Ayo Martins. I was thinking, okay, ta ló sọ̀rọ̀.
Okay, mo open.
Okay, I was wondering.
Because mo ṣe dé láti ibi iṣẹ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan mi sẹ́kẹ̀ fún mi ní ìṣẹ́jú méjì.
Oh, okay, so it's the same person. That's fine. Ẹ má worry. I was just like, okay, ẹ má worry. Ẹ fi sílẹ̀ kò disturb. Ẹ fi sílẹ̀.
Mo ti jọ kúrò. Mo ń drive bọ̀ nílé nígbà yẹn.
Okay.
Mo wá níbẹ̀ tí bá sọ̀rọ̀ nínú mọ́tò. Ẹ lè má gbọ́rọ̀ mi pàápàá jùlọ ìgbà tí mo rí bàbá wa Fátádé tí wọ́n ń sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan tí wọ́n gbé gbogbo rẹ̀ gálí aṣọ
Yorùbá. Ẹ̀yin náà wá ní tẹ́yìn náà bá délé iná àṣerú ẹ̀.
Mo wá ní pé kí tètè délé kébì náà lọ change aṣọ
bó ṣe láti rí
as a sign of solidarity
ó ti dà bẹ́ẹ̀
Yorùbá Nation.
Kò so possible
Bàbá wa Kóìkì, thank you very much for all you do
to
the new Yorùbá Nation. I really appreciate your effort in the past, the documentary, gbogbo àwọn kí lorúkọ ẹ̀ tẹ́ máa ń lọ yẹn. Cities in London. Thank you about documentary. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate your doggedness.
Thank you,
in this struggle. Baba wa Ológunlolúwa, the leader of mega rally, USA mega rally. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin náà, mo dúpẹ́ fún gbogbo akitiyan yín.
Thank you so much.
Ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ lọ, we will deal with the background noise there. Ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ lọ.
Ẹ ṣé gan, ẹ kú gbogbo iṣẹ́ tẹ̀ ń ṣe, gbogbo ìrìn àjò yín lọ sí Benin Republic. I really appreciate you, I mean, it shows to us that we really have people who are really committed to this struggle. Gbogbo àwọn bàbá wa Banji Akintoye, gbogbo àwọn bàbá wa Adéníran, Professor Adéníran. Chief CSI Sunday Igboho, Màmá Onítìrí, gbogbo yín pátápátá ni mo dúpẹ́ ní ọwọ́ yín. Then gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá táwa lórí Zoom meeting yìí. I really want to congratulate all of us because this struggle is a struggle that has already been won. The reason why I'm saying that is this. 80%, mo fẹ́ kẹ́ mark a word to me. 80% gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá pátápátá ṣó ti yé yín bẹ́yẹn of the population of 70 million, 80% wa a fẹ́ Yorùbá nation. The 20%, which is just an infinitesimal portion of the Yoruba population, are the ones possibly because of what they are benefiting from the system. I want to fair Yoruba nation. They wanted to fair leverage in the rot in the system. Wanted to gather gather. So ti kon ri owo, kon ra ilé sí America, kon ra ilé sí Europe, kon ṣe kíní, kon má ṣe iṣẹ́ irú iṣẹ́ bí ojú mi táwa tọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ wá ń ṣe, kon wá gara, kon wá ṣe oppression. Nǹkan tí wọ́n fẹ́ nìyẹn, nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe nìyẹn. Ọlọ́run ò ní gbà fún wọn. And that's the reason why I'm congratulating all of us. Now, we need organization. I need to organize our. I need to raise the awareness and the consciousness of our people. The reason why we Yoruba people, we must stand, we must form our own country. We need to be echoing it to the masses of our people. Nítorí kíní yìí, gbogbo àwọn awareness campaign tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí, kò tí ì délé, kò tí ì dóko tán. Now, a láti intensify efforts lórí gbogbo àwọn campaign yẹn, kí gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀yà tó wà ní ìgbèríko, in fact gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀yà tó wà ní ìgbèríko yẹn, pé gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní ìgbèmọ̀dá àwọn tó lọ sọ́dọ̀ Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀ ní àná tí wọ́n ṣe gbogbo kíní yẹn. Àwọn ìjòyè yẹn wọ́n dúró síta, wọ́n sọ pé wọ́n máa kọ appointment letter. This is the pain, of our own leadership, our political leaders, the traditional rulers. So they are not so much conscious of the problem that is bedeviling Yoruba nation. Wọ́n pa àwọn èèyàn lọ́tún, wọ́n pa àwọn èèyàn lósì. Ẹni kan máa kọ appointment letter kan tó wá rí ọba number 1 ọba aládé nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ó dùn mí pé mi ò lè sọ̀rọ̀ nínú program yẹn. Nǹkan àwọn people yóò yẹ kó bèèrè lọ́wọ́ ṣẹ́yìn ò gbẹ́ pé wọ́n pààyàn ni. Ṣẹ́yìn ò gbọ́ pé gbogbo àwọn people yìí wọ́n ti infiltrate gbogbo àwọn oko wa ni. Ṣé ẹ gbẹ́ pé àwọn àgbẹ̀ ò lè lọ sóko mọ́ ni. Ṣẹ́yìn ò ráwọn graduate tó yẹ pé ó yẹ kó lọ wọ́n kàwé wọ́n ṣe tán márùn-ún ló ń ṣe àwọn obìnrin ló ń ṣe olóṣó. Ṣẹ́yìn ò rí gbogbo yẹn ni. Nítorí ẹ̀yin ọba lúfẹ̀ ẹ ti ń gba owó ogó wọn ti ń fún yín ní ìṣàkọọ́lẹ̀ wọn ti ń fún yín lẹ́gùnjẹ. Gbogbo yín yẹn ẹ wá joyè bámúbámú ni mo yó. Now, Sherry, we just need to organize ourselves. Once we can recognize how to organize ourselves effectively, to make sure that the 80% is the majority of the population. Our they might control our 20% to put our olóṣèlú. So how we are going to organize ourselves, the struggle is in two folds. Amba àwọn Hausa Fulani jà. Amba àwọn political elite jà. That's the second stage. Ṣẹ́rí àwọn Hausa Fulani, àwọn political elite wa, tó bá ti rí pé àṣírí wọn ti fẹ́ tú, wọ́n máa lọ sá sí abẹ́ àwọn Hausa Fulani. Wọn ò ní máì láti jẹ́ pé kí wọ́n máa pa wá. In as much as tí àṣírí wọn ò bá ní, tí òfin ní tú. Nǹkan tó ń try láti tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ eventually nìyẹn. But Ọlọ́run ò ní gbà fún because this struggle is a struggle that is being backed by God. So mo fẹ́ mi ní sọ̀rọ̀ púpọ̀ àti sọ díẹ̀ inú ẹ̀ ní ọjọ́ tí Ọ̀ṣínbàjò wá sí Washington tó fẹ́ wá gbowó. I was the one canvassing, telling the whole world, the world leaders, owó tó fẹ́ gbà yìí ẹ fẹ́ gbà to end up in private pockets. You are not using it. You are not going to use it to develop any infrastructure. Rally in New York, I volunteer. I will be there personally. Àwọn kan dẹ̀ wà tó ti bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ pé máa gbé wọn nu mọ́tò mi. Gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní gbogbo agbègbè New York yẹn ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo ká mobilize ara wa kí wọ́n rí wa in large number. Àwọn professionals tó wà láàárín wa ẹ jẹ́ ká bá àwọn professionals ẹgbẹ́ wa tó kù sọ̀rọ̀. Ìjà yìí kò ṣeé jà fún ẹnìkan. A gbọ́dọ̀ fi gbogbo àwọn bàbá Koiki, Prophet Ologunloluwa, CSI, Mama Onitiri, gbogbo wa, we have to combine together, organize ourselves together in order to fight this fight and make our declaration. And I'm very, very happy. Gbogbo àwọn security matter kan wà lè sọ lórí bíbá ẹ̀ lóòótọ́ bí bàbá Koiki ṣe sọ. Àwọn èèyàn wà lẹ́yìn wa o. They just want us to, wọ́n ní pé wọ́n ń ṣíwájú ẹlẹ́ẹ̀dẹ́pẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ gbé ìjà wa ní ojú pálí kí wọ́n tó kún wa lẹ́yìn nǹkan tí ibi lẹ́bù tá a wà nìyẹn o. Gbogbo kíní yẹn àwọn ọmọ Biafra àwọn náà ti ń di wa pé báwo la ṣe 2 years la bẹ̀rẹ̀ struggle yìí. Wọ́n rántí ìgbà tá a bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní October 1st 2000 ní ta lọ sí kí lorúkọ ẹ̀ embassy Nigerian embassy gbogbo àwọn official ẹ̀ ta lé wọn jáde ta address wọn kó rí ilẹ̀ wa lélẹ́yìí. Ẹ wo nǹkan tá ti achieve up till now by now. Gbogbo àwọn tó ti wà lórí struggle for the past 50 years they have not been able to achieve the feat the Yoruba people have achieved. And I also tell you tí Yorùbá bá ń jà ìjà ọpọlọ ni wọ́n máa ń jà ọgbọ́n ọpọlọ ó dẹ̀ ju agbára lọ. Pẹ̀lú gbogbo agbára táwọn ní wọ́n kó àdá wọ́n kó AK-47 AK-50 AK-49 wọ́n wà nù gbó àwọn bàbá wa Sunday Igboho wọ́n wọnú gbó wọ́n lọ ń fi ọwọ́ lásán wọ́n fi ń gba ìbọn ọwọ́ wọn. Ṣé ẹ̀yin ò mọ̀ pé ọgbọ́n ju agbára lọ? Gbogbo agbára táwọn ní àwọn fi ń para wọn ní north wọ́n fẹ́ wá continue that carnage ní south tá a gbọ́dọ̀ gbà fún wọn. So ẹ má jẹ́ ìgbà yín lákòókò àwọn tó kù àtúnṣọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo eré gbogbo ó di New York I will be there personally so mo kí yẹn ẹ kú iṣẹ́ ìlú Ọlọ́run á gbà fún gbogbo wa o.
Àmín. Tó ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá barrister Amari and I love that angle tí ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ lórí pé we need all our professionals. Àfẹ́yẹ kí ẹ má fi dá àwa. I mean, yes, one thing I always love Baba Prophet Ologunloluwa, as much as people probably say, Omari wa bí ìgbà tẹ́ pé kò ń ṣẹni tíyàn lè bá sọ̀rọ̀, kò sẹ́ni tí kò kí ń bínú, but tó bá bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ à ń gbọ́ because I live in a society where I want a feedback and I want people to criticize us and also ask us questions, because ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ máa ń rí irú àwa pé tẹ́yẹ pé bí and I say I don't own the platform. The platform is owned by the Yoruba people. And that's why we have leave it like that. And that's why we also take calls because, Ali decide I take back calls, Lori show. Let's go back again on the floor. There's still thousands, if not, that are watching us on all the platforms. Even on the Instagram, people are watching us. We are live on 2 Instagram channels. We are live on the MixLR. We are live on Twitter. And we are running on 3 Facebook accounts. So that means it's a fully packed, people that are listening because we, Barrister Jesolenko, and I noted down here, 80% want Yoruba nation. Èmi wá ti ṣí kúrò lára ìlú tí kò ní value. Ẹ jẹ́ lọ sọ́dọ̀ Mr. TJ. Let's hear from you as well as we continue. And tó bá ní kankan tó fẹ́ bá wa sọ, because I might not know. Raise your worry, that will give me the opportunity to call you. But if I understand, but raise your worry, I can interject. But when nobody's talking, and I will allow you to come through. Go ahead, Mr. TJ. Yes. Let's hear from you.
Yes, sir. Yes, you.
You're welcome.
Moki, Bogwili Kawata. Moki, Le Koiki.
Thank you, sir.
Takun. Ulama fún àṣẹ.
Amen.
Gbogbo tí ẹ bá ń wá sórí ètò Ọlọ́run ní ọgbọ́n ìmọ̀ tó yí tẹ́ fi ń ṣe Ọlọ́run á máa ṣàlékún ẹ̀ fún yín ẹ ṣé gan ìgbà tá a bá ń pè yín báyìí pé ẹ pè wá ọwọ́ kan náà lè máa pè for that humility Olúwa máa ṣe àlékún ọgbọ́n ìmọ̀ tó yí fún yín o ẹ ṣé prophet wa Ológunlolúwa ẹ kú ìrìn àrìn yìí náà la máa rìn o agbára Ọlọ́run
àṣẹ Èdùmàrè àṣẹ
Yorùbá nation ojú ẹ̀mí wa ló máa ṣe o. Ẹ̀kúrẹ́ o, Olúwa ṣeun. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò pọ̀, bí gbólóhùn méjì náà ni. Àkọ́kọ́ lórí rally tí a fẹ́ ṣe tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ báyìí ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo fẹ́ rọ gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa tó wà ní agbègbè New York pátápátá ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run ẹ jẹ́ ká péjú ká pèsè ká rọ́ wá síbi rally yẹn pípọ̀ èèyàn ó ní iyì any rally anywhere in the world bí ò bá tiẹ̀ tó ti Sri Lanka kó tó dàjẹ́ gbogbo àwọn ìwà lágbègbè New York New Jersey Maryland Washington káàkiri nígbà tó bá máa mí wá láti di fáfà ní US tó ń lọ by flight ẹ jọ̀ọ́ tí gbogbo agbègbè yẹn náà bá kún síbẹ̀ gan lásán ẹnu á yà wọ́n ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká rọ́ síbẹ̀ gidi tààrà àwọn aṣíwájú wa àwọn Ológunlolúwa Kóìkí ni o bàbá Akíntóyè ni o àwọn kan wọ́n channel gbogbo bá ṣe máa ṣe ni àwọn followers gangan àwọn èrò aṣíwájú wa ò lè dá nǹkan kan ṣe ẹ má ti wẹ̀yìn báyìí tí wọ́n rí followers wọn máa dùn ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ já rọ́ lulẹ̀ gidi tààrà kò jẹ́ pé àwọn United Nations kan wá pé yes láì ní lọ títí àwọn ilé gangan lásán ó yẹ káwọn gíláàdì kankan fẹ́ Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ fún wa ṣe agbára Ọlọ́run ìkejì sí gbogbo ẹ̀yin media presenter wa bá a bá parí rally tán ẹ jọ̀ọ́ tàbí ìgbà tá a máa ń ṣe rally náà lọ́wọ́ tẹ́ bá ń ṣe show program ṣé anybody bá ń béèrè question gbòógà ń bolẹ̀ bá ṣẹ́ dé àwọn wẹrẹ rí ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má jà sọ bí tẹ́ bá ṣẹ́ dé fún ẹnì kankan mọ́ ẹ má sọ pé àyí báyìí ní bá ṣẹ́ dé o àwọn báyìí láti lọ rí o nǹkan kan báyìí ẹ má sọ nǹkan fún anybody ẹ sáà máa sọ pé iṣẹ́ ń lọ bá a ṣe gbọ́ rìlíìsì olóyè Sunday Igboho lójijì tínú gbogbo èèyàn dùn tó yẹ pé before then kò sẹ́ni tó gbọ́ pé àlọ́rẹ́ ní báyìí fún rìlíìsì olóyè Sunday Igboho àkọ lẹ́tà báyìí tó sẹ́ni tó gbọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ tó yẹ pé a kàn gbọ́ pé olóyè Sunday Igboho wọ́n ti rìlíìsì wọn tínú everybody dùn bá a ṣe fẹ́ gbọ́ Yorùbá nation nìyẹn o so that àwọn tí wọ́n táwọn náà jókòó kalẹ̀ tí wọ́n fẹ́ mọ nǹkan tó ń lo bí tí wọ́n lọ bá ṣẹ́dé bí tí wọ́n ṣe gbẹ̀ láti lọ mọ kàńtẹ̀ wọn à ní má bì kankan ẹnìkan ló máa sọ pé when you build in silence nobody can attack you when you build in silence there is none to attack bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kájọ máa ṣe gbogbo yòókù lọ Ọlọ́run ọba Elédùmarè á dẹ̀ fún wa ṣe láìpẹ́ láìjìnà Yorùbá nation náà ó máa di ọmọ tuntun lójú ẹ̀mí wa gbogbo ọmọ ọ̀tá láti fọ̀sọ́ gbogbo kìíní Ọlọ́run ọba Elédùmarè nígbà fún ọ láti ìwọ rẹ̀ mo fẹ́ ní kí n sọ fún náà ní Kóìkí ẹ ṣé gan o thank you so much.
ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa thank you so much. ẹ má bínú èèyàn wa I'm just getting a very sad news. One of my colleagues in school died on Sunday. Wow. I'm not going to mention his name, but that news is just filtering through to me right now. So my mood might change a little bit, but we will continue the program.
It's all rest in perfect peace.
Alone. One of our best, Lara Yoruba, but this part of life, that's why we say we are not going to be here forever. It doesn't matter young, old, or long, low, massive, Colomba, family. We have Ojikutu. I'm not sure whether it's a male or female, but I will know when the voice comes out. Let's hear from you, or let's hear from you, ma or sir. Kagbon tẹ́ iná fẹ́ bá wa sọ. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí akí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa tẹ́ ń wò wá káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé. Ẹ go ahead. Ẹ unmute ara yín ẹ go ahead.
Okay. Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ o, ẹ kú ètò.
Ètò ni ẹ.
Ẹni tó kú yàn lọ́hùn tẹ̀fà fẹ́fẹ́ rẹ o. Ìsìn ní kúrò náà place. Wọ́n tí mo fẹ́ sáré ní couple of let me say 1 or 2 years ago tí a bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbogbo agitation àkíyèsí pé a bá ń ṣe rally irú ìtàn ṣe ní New York kọ̀ọ̀kan káàkiri even London mo ṣàkíyèsí pé àwọn Biafra náà máa ń join. Kí ni plan yẹn pé kí Biafra náà join in the case because nǹkan tó mi expect pé ó máa jẹ́ kí gbogbo wàhálà wa yìí nípa tó ta gba òmìnira wa ní Nàìjíríà ó múnádóko ni pé tẹ́mọ̀ tá a bá rí àwọn ẹ̀yà mìíràn tó join wa bí àwọn Biafra yẹn ó máa show pé Nigeria is really in trouble ṣẹ́mọ̀. Now tí ó irú declaration tó ń bọ̀ yìí tí à expect yìí tí ó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ pé àwọn Biafra náà á ní good working plan papọ̀ right àwọn ìjọ nation náà àtàwọn bí àárẹ̀ wá àbí nǹkan tó ní kálukú bá spring up papọ̀ tí gbogbo á declare níjọ́ kan náà tí gbogbo á decide this is the day we are all going to do this. Èèyàn mélòó ẹ̀yà mélòó ni Nàìjíríà fẹ́ bá jà? So at that point, because tabawo dáadáa sìn, Nigeria ò ní standing army tó solid tó jẹ́ ọmọ Nigeria because our military Nigeria gan ti pín. Buhari ó ń favour àwọn Fúlàní láti dominate Nigerian military. So láàárín àwọn military gan, àárín wọn ti dàrú. Police náà wọn sanwó fún wọn ṣe kíní pa gbogbo àárín wọn ti dàrú. So the strength tí Nigeria gan máa ní láti counter wa tí o gbọ́ bá spring up papọ̀ ó máa wà limited ǹjẹ́ ètò ìgbogbo jẹ́ pé àwa nìkan ni. This is just my thought. Mo ti fẹ́ put through this thought a long time ago. Ìmọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lómi náà ronú bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. So nǹkan tí mo ní kí n sáré sọ nìyẹn. So tó láyé pé bóyá a ní plan pé káwọn Biafra náà join wa níjọ́ yẹn. Because ìgbà tó ń ṣe 76 United Nations kìíní ti 2020 ni ti Buhari wá sí New York. Tẹ́ bá rí bí àwọn èèyàn ṣe bombard New York United Nations headquarters yẹn jọ yẹn ó wà embarrassing fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn leaders tó ń wá síbẹ̀. So our Yoruba nation Biafra náà dẹ̀ gbogbo everybody was there. So nǹkan tí mo ní kí n sọ nìyẹn ṣeun.
I'm going to allow Prophet Ologunlowa to help us on that question that was raised. We do know that we have the not just the Biafra, almost everybody wants a breakaway from Nigeria, but we know that the Biafra are doing a lot of their own self-agitation from outside the country as well. Ebawa Sorole Lori.
Thank you so much, sir. When we are talking about the Biafra, that is the IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra. Yeah, we are all coming together for that rally. The reason why is because space Timonfua is the same space. The only United Nations have one space for that rally. So which both of us are occupied. And we both have the same police permit together. But we are all coming together on that day to march together. We have some days that we really try to work on during this mega rally. Like days of some, like the next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, which is on the 20th, 21st, and 22nd. I'm away on the time only opening program. See, I'm away. President Ariolede máa sọ̀rọ̀, which is Ariolede America máa sọ̀rọ̀ ọjọ́ yẹn on Tuesday, wey be Tuesday next week. Ariolede máa sọ̀rọ̀, America máa sọ̀rọ̀, Britain máa sọ̀rọ̀, France máa sọ̀rọ̀, China máa sọ̀rọ̀, France máa sọ̀rọ̀ àti Brazil wọ́n máa sọ̀rọ̀ ní ọjọ́ yẹn náà. So like irú ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yẹn sì à ń bẹ gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa tó wà káàkiri. Most especially on the 21st, which is going to be on Wednesday. I think we are waiting. Because Buhari is going to talk on Wednesday, next week on 21st. So by 9 a.m., so which we are expecting to go to 6 o'clock. So our Biafra we are all coming together. Our Biafra, I want to see like a group of Mitagansi, rally have started from the 13th to on the 27th of this month, which is September. So we both have to be there. So Yoruba Nation is there, and Biafra will also be there. So I will not Bombay. I will not because the same struggle, I don't fight it, and I don't champion. But the only difference there is that the way to program array, the way we present our case to the United Nations is by a little bit different, but we still fighting for the same cause. Thank you so much.
Eshigoni, Prophet Ologunloluwa, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi àtàtà ẹ̀gbọ́n mi dáadáa, àfi bí ẹ ṣe tí fún mi ní ọ̀gìtẹ̀ ìgbàlára CSI. Ẹ ṣáà make sure pé ó ṣì wà láyé ara bọ́dì yín torí gbogbo ẹni tó bá ń wá sí rally yẹn tó bá ti mo rántí nígbà tí Bill Clinton wá sí London School of Economics àwọn òyìnbó máa ń cherish nǹkan gan mọ̀mísí mi láǹfààní àti gbà lọ́wọ́ gbà tó máa fi dijọ́ Monday táwọn padà síbi iṣẹ́ ní House of Lords tó ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ tó wá sọ pé àwọn rí Bill Clinton kódà àwọn lords kan tún gba mọ̀mísí mi lọ́wọ́ pé èyí tí ó lè kù ní ìjọ Friday tó fi pàdé Bill Clinton ó jẹ́ káwọn náà jẹ lára ẹ̀ so gbogbo ẹni tó bá fẹ́ rí bàbá wa tí Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho ó fà important pé kẹ́dé rally New York yẹn torí pé àǹfààní tẹ́lẹ̀ rí ni pé bàbá wa Prophet Ayọ̀ Ológunlúwa àwọn ti láǹfààní àti hug wọn sókè lè yọ lára ẹ̀ náà kúrò so adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo máa ń kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá wa tí ẹ wà lórí ìjókòó tí ẹ sọ pé èdè ń ta yín ẹ fẹ́ máa lọ bàbá sì rẹ̀ tó fẹ́ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ mo ti rí bàbá mi dáadáa náà bàbá mi Samuel Ìdòwú mo ti rí bàbá wa David Ọláníyàn mo kí gbogbo yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kí ìyàwó Aṣọlá kò gbọdọ̀ kú gbogbo àwọn tó ń wò wá nílé lóko náà pátápátá ni à ń kí. Just for me to buttress again, as you can tell, definitely I said, Enti Moni Okuye, I won't go into mentioning his name here. It just shows that we are not going to be here forever. So we have to make sure we push everything, you know. Nigeria Lokusi, but I'm not going to mention the name of the country. It's doing very well, you know, in terms of the human capacity that man so not we ani gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Yorùbá tàtà gidi ni and while we are around now ìtàn wọn la fẹ́ kọ́kọ́ sílẹ̀ Yorùbá táwa ń wò lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn I know we are all carried away with our work life, the workload and a lot of activities and especially when we have families but at some point tàbá dàgbà tá darúgbó ǹjẹ́ the next generation will be pleased pẹ̀lú in tí a ṣe sílẹ̀ ìyẹn la ṣe ń sọ pé ẹ jẹ́ ká gbìyànjú nísìn while we are still around to push for the nation that will help the generation that we are in right now and the next generation. A fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ọmọ Yorùbá kó má lè lọ sí school, kọ́mọ Yorùbá kó má ní access sí medical care, kọ́mọ Yorùbá kó má ní access sí the things of life, the basic things of life. Mo fẹ́ sọ nǹkan kan lẹ́ẹ̀kan tí mo kà lọ́dọ̀ bàbá wa Professor Moyo Okedeji, and this is what he actually wrote on his timeline on Facebook on Sunday, the 11th, excuse me, on the 7th and 11th of September. I'm not going to go through all what he wrote, but there was a question he wanted to ask London Bridge before she died. The most important question I had was, who gave the British the audacity? The screen is gone on the, I think it's back again. Who gave the British the audacity to force together numerous peoples who never saw eye to eye into one entity which they named Nigeria? I'm sure we will continue to ponder on that question. But tá bá fẹ́ revoke license yẹn, tá bá fẹ́ jẹ́ kó padà sí ibi tó yẹ kó wà. Bàbá wa Samuel, I'm going to call you on the spot. Kí ẹ bá wa dáhùn ìbéèrè yẹn torí pé mo rí àwọn akitiyan tí ẹ ti ṣe, mo ti rí logo yín ní New York. There's no doubt about that. Ẹni tó bá tẹ̀ dá yín mọ̀ tó bá ti rí àwọn àsíá tẹ máa ń wọ̀ sára yẹn kò tí ì fi tèmi ránṣẹ́ sí London ni torí pé èmi náà fi máa múra gbádá tó máa dàbí tó máa dábòlẹ̀.
A retí ẹ ní New York.
Ó kù díẹ̀. So bàbá wa Samuel, èyí mo fẹ́ kẹ́ bá mi dáhùn ìbéèrè yẹn. A lè máa béèrè ẹni tó fún wọn l'audacity, but a lè change situation yẹn lọ́wọ́ wa nísìn. Bá dẹ̀ ṣe lè change ẹ̀ ni pé ká jáde in a peaceful way, kó recognize wa, káwọn èèyàn rí wa, because nígbà tó ń add wa yẹn àmọ́ tó ṣẹlẹ̀, àmọ́ bí àwọn ọba wa gbàbọ̀dé ni bí àwọn èèyàn we don't know, but now a ti mọ̀ pé a lè change the direction yẹn, and part of that is what is going on in United Nations. So ẹ bá wa unmute bàbá wa Samuel Idowu tí mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ dárúkọ yín. Bàbá mi dáadáa ni. Mo rántí nígbà tí mo wà ní I want to add you to the spotlight as well. I remember each time I was in Bàbá wa ilé Ìgbòho ní last year. I'm not going to mention too many things. Wọ́n máa pè mí, Bàbá Koiki, àwọn kankan ti wà nísìn, mọ́tò wo ló máa gbé sí, ó ti ń bọ̀. And he's still doing that, you know, even up to our group kan ní Libya. It shows that we are all doing different things silently, quietly. But this time around, tá a bá ra àwọn èèyàn tó bá jáde, then we will have the question tá a máa béèrè pé ta ló fún Britain ní audacity. Àwa lè change direction yẹn. Ẹ bá wa sọ sí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn díẹ̀. Bàbá wa Samuel Idowu tí mo máa ń pè ní, mo save yín as Sammy, bọ́ mo ní fi orúkọ tí mo tún wá kọ sí lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ káwọn èèyàn bá ní pé ó ṣe láìkì oúnjẹ báyìí rẹpẹtẹ. Ẹ bá wa sọ sí, ẹ bá wa mute ara yín látọ̀dọ̀ yín sà. Ẹ tí on mute. Okay, you are still not on mute yet. Okay. Tí gbọ́ yín sọ ẹ ní láti unmute. Mo ti ní kẹ́ unmute ara yín. I've asked you to unmute. Ẹ unmute ara yín. That is Samuel Idowu. Tí gbọ́ yín sọ ẹ ní láti unmute. Unmute ara yín.
Mo kí gbogbo ilé o.
Explode the other device. Explode the other device.
Okay. Tí mo fi ń gbọ́ nínú mọ́tò bí tó dìrì pìdì. Mo ń bọ̀ ẹjọ́. Okay.
Go ahead.
Ẹ má bínú.
It's okay.
Ṣé tí gbọ́ mi wá?
Loud and clear.
Mo kí gbogbo ilé o. Oòduà Adélé ìlérí náà láyọ̀ àti àlàáfíà. Àní ẹni fi ẹnì kan ṣàwátì nínú wa lórúkọ Jésù. Mi ò lè mo gbọ́ yín dáadáa.
Wọ́n tó fún Britain fún Professor Moyo Okedeji on Sunday says ta ló fún Britain ní audacity láti kó gbogbo àpapọ̀ tó fi pè wá ní Nàìjíríà. Mo ní wẹ̀ a lè má get answer sí yẹn, but a lè get a result if we do the needful, coming out on the mega rally tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ní New York láti reverse. Ẹ bá wa sọ sí yẹn ni mo ní kí a gbọ́ látọ̀dọ̀ yín.
Okay, ẹ ṣé gan. A ṣe nǹkan bíi 6 yẹn ni mo kó ní UN environment níbi ká ti ṣe rally lónìí. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run wípé a ṣe àríṣe. Àwọn èèyàn díẹ̀ ń béèrè questions tí à ń dá wọn lóhùn. Ó happen wípé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wọn ní believe wípé Yorùbá pé kò yẹ ká wà pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà. Wọ́n wò wípé ìkan náà ni wá. Wọ́n believe pé a yàtọ̀ síra wọn rárá. So I need awareness yẹn. So nínú rally tá a ṣe lónìí tún fún mi ní idea pé a need àwọn nǹkan kan tó yẹ ká print ní placard tó yẹ ká tó sì lò tó lè sọ̀rọ̀ gidi, because ṣé mo UN rally yìí ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lónìí náà kò tí even gbogbo àwọn president àwọn ìlú yẹn kọ́ ló tí ì dé, bẹ̀tẹ̀ àwọn tó dé náà iwájú wa mẹ́rin nọ́mbà kọjá lọ sí hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì Donald Trump lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ kò dé sí mẹ́rin àti ìdí ọ̀tẹ̀ tó wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ wa mẹ́rin tá à ń rí wọn táwọn náà ń wo ẹlòmíà wo bánà wa ya fọ́tò wá dúró. So a I need more awareness. A lè fẹ́ kẹ́ bá wa bẹ àwọn èèyàn wa because àwọn Yorùbá ta ní New York lásán tí wọ́n bá wá síbẹ̀ yẹn àwa òkè but àwọn èèyàn wa ò jáde ẹ wo wọn bá wa péréje ta wà lẹ́ẹ̀ lónìí but mo kí gbogbo àwọn tó wá lónìí ẹ̀ náà wọ́n gbìyànjú gidi wọ́n try. So nípa ìbéèrè yín wípé kí ni a lè fi pé kí ni a lè fi pé kí ni a lè fi fi hàn wípé wáì kan fi dá wa papọ̀ ṣe mọ̀ nígbà yẹn ojú dúdú a lè lo ojú dúdú ló fà because fún àwọn èèyàn wa tí ó bá jẹ́ pé ojú ti là bí a ṣe wà ń sìn yín ṣẹ́nu mọ̀ pé àwa yìí náà tó bá jẹ́ pé ní ìlú yẹn la wà a ní lè sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ tí wọ́n ti tì wá jáde ẹ̀nà rẹ̀ ti rí nǹkan tó ń lọ ní àwọn civilized countries America o London all these big countries. So gbogbo àwọn nǹkan táwa ti rí yẹn la fi mọ̀ wípé kí ni kò yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ pé ṣítì yìí ń wà tó bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ wa náà wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn a lè rí nǹkan kan o ká dẹ̀ tó dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ social media ká tó dúpẹ́ gidi lọ́wọ́ social media torí èmi mọ̀ wípé nǹkan tá à ń ṣe yìí ó ní impact lára wọn gidi. Ẹ bá wo ìjà wa ta lọ sí ní àjú 10 lọ nígbà tí vice president kan wá sí Washington mẹ́ẹ̀ mo ti gbọ́ pé prophet sọ́ngbà lẹ́ẹ̀kan tó ráwọn wà ní Africa gbà yẹn nǹkan tá a ṣe ẹ bá lọ wo fídíò yẹn again anybody bá lọ wo fídíò yẹn ẹ mọ̀ pé iṣẹ́ tá a ṣe lẹ́yìn náà dẹ̀ rí pa ẹ̀ tó tẹ́lẹ̀ ni wọ́n máa yá wọn lówó yẹn náà. Kíá but àwọn iṣẹ́ tá a ṣe yẹn òun ni òjò kan yá wọn lówó ẹ̀ wọ́n ràn wọ́n wá lónìí náà wọ́n ràn wọ́n wá ya wà fọ́tò mo ní fọ́tò wo ló ṣe ń yà fọ́tò mi ti wà ní airport láti over almost 3 years ago kí ló ṣe ń yà á sí àwọn tó wọ́n wá ya fọ́tò àárín wọn káàdé tí mo gbà ọ́ sẹ́mọ̀ tó bá ti rí dúdú tó jẹ́ Nàìjíríà gan wa àti dámọ̀ pé eléyìí múra ẹ̀ Nàìjíríà ló máa ló ti wá tó a rí wọn àwọn ọ̀pá àwọn àti gbójú jáde àdèrèdè àti Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ fún wa ṣe a máa gba ọdún yìí ni kò lọ́dún tó ń bọ̀.
Ti gba yìí ló orúkọ Jésù.
Àti gba yìí ló. Bàbá mi.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni
thank you so much.
Kábíyèsí.
Thank you. So adúpẹ́ àfi bàbá wa lẹ́yìn.
Mo ń gbọ́ tí ẹ̀ sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan wípé àwọn ọlọ́pàá kan wá nǹkan kan àbí.
Tèmi.
Àbí kì í ṣe ti Washington lẹ́ sọ ni àbí tòní.
I think ọkàn sọ̀rọ̀ briefly ni ọkàn sọ̀rọ̀ briefly ni ọkàn sọ̀rọ̀ briefly ni pé kò sẹ́ni
ọlọ́pàá protect wa ni ní Amẹ́ríkà o kì í ṣe Nàìjíríà wọ́n protect wa ni even wọ́n tó wá bá mi lónìí wọ́n invite mi sìn lọ́la sí ọ́fíìsì wọn fún meeting kan because àwọn òfin kan ti yàtọ̀ sí last year tó jẹ́ pé mo sì ní màá pé àwọn olórí wa àwọn bíi prophet àtàwọn kan a máa ṣì máa lẹ́ because mo gbọ́dọ̀ bá wọn ṣe meeting ní 8 o'clock lọ́la ní ọ́fíìsì wọn prison department ní New York in Bíbá.
Orí Yorùbá dúró tì í
Thank you so much. This will be our last question tá a máa gbà lórí platform. Ẹ má bínú ìtẹ́wà nílé àní open phone line. But after this, we will then wind down for tonight. But the event will not stop. We will continue to make sure that what is going on in the US, you can watch it on the Yoruba World Media, and then we'll see if we can also get a transmission on other media platforms, especially on our own as well. Babawa David, go ahead. As our last question is coming from you before we start winding down.
KOIKIMEDIA.
Thank you so much.
Very courageous man. And I really appreciate you since the time you moved from UK to Nigeria. And I said, well, if I cannot move to Nigeria the way you did, I have to do something.
I would like to write lion.
You are still very, very much alert to your work.
Thank you, sir.
May God bless you.
Amen.
May God reward you abundantly.
Amen. I share.
Chairman, my prophet, AYODELE OLOGUNLOLUWA. I have seen your work, and God is recording your work. Thank you, sir. Nation will going to open the book of histories. For those who have devoted their time and resources to serve their race. Me, as a pastor, I don't supposed to join politics or anything. When God showed me that Nigeria that you love so much, He showed it to me that Nigeria was dead and buried. And whenever God showed me something, He always comes to pass. That is when I hands off my love for Nigeria. And I begin to pay attention to what God is doing. And I begin to see that everything is unfolding. That Nigeria is actually dead. Because everything has been going down for Nigeria. Presently, they can't pay salaries of their workers. The school system have broken down. And everything is going backward for Nigeria. Even their national grid, electricity, power, collapse. More than 2 times now. My question now is, how can our Obas, who are seeing all these things, who are representative of Yorubas, I also want to mention before I go into that I also appreciate our leader, Professor Emerito Banji Akintoye, and all Yoruba Council of Elders who have thought it fit to write a letter of apology to the slave activities during the 1400 to 1700. Because up till tomorrow, the descendants of the slaves are still challenging us. In fact, they hate us with passion in America.
Yes, you're right.
So forefathers sold us here as a slave. And that is true. So, and they wrote a letter of apology
to
them so that they can actually forgive us. And I have even given a letter about that.
Thank you very much.
Which I'm going to send a copy to you. So, right now, kí ló wá ṣe tí ó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn ọba náà tí wọ́n ń tà ń bẹ̀bẹ̀ tá apologize on their behalf. Kí ló dé tí wọ́n wá support wa pé ká Yorùbá nation ká kò nínú Nàìjíríà ká dẹ̀ welcome àwọn tá a ti ṣe in the 14th century ká dẹ̀ fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ká ní country wa kí ló dé tí wọ́n tún wọ̀ kó sí wa. For example, lánàá, our people were chased out of Oni Palace. I cannot believe that. And this is a man we call the Oni of Orisha. The something. I don't want to insult anybody, but at the same time, the handwriting on the wall, say there is no more Nigeria. Yoruba must be separate. Because God has chosen Yoruba race to be the Ogunloluwa. Yes. So, what can we do to convince these kings that they have to repent? Because when we repent, what to say our Nigeria for another 4 years? under the grievance. Support. No. Nigeria is not for Yoruba people. It's for the Fulanis. And they have Buhari is a very good man who have convinced us beyond reasonable doubt that the name called Nigeria belongs to them. It doesn't belong to Yorubas. Yoruba and Igbo have no choice than to get out of Nigeria. Unless you want to pretend that our suffering is not enough. So kí la lè ṣe láti convince àwọn ọba wa láti lè darapọ̀ mọ́ wa láti jáde kúrò Nàìjíríà? That's my question.
Eshegoni, thank you so much. And I'm going to allow Prophet to help us digest that in as much as he can, and I'll say a little bit on it as well. Then after that, we will start, the closure of this. And we will not be able to take any more questions because there's a lot of work that needs to be done, from the other side of the Atlantic and right here as well. But like I said, we will continue to make sure that everybody that is not in America knows what is going on in the United Nations. It will be our focus point as well on our platform throughout the next 2 weeks as well. Let me go straight to Babawa Prophet AYODELE OLOGUNLOLUWA.
Thank you so much, sir. Concerning question tí ẹ béèrè, ó dùn mí gan, ó dẹ̀ jẹ́ ohun ìtìjú. Yes, it's a disgrace and it's a big shame. Wípé most of àwọn ọba tí a nílé ní, they are not there for us, they are there for themselves. Àdèmẹ̀ pé a máa lé ẹlòmíì nínú palace, à ń nú ẹlòmíì jáde, oníwọ̀ pátákó tó máa fi jáde nígbà míì. Wọ́n máa ń nọba míì jáde, ó máa gbàgbé crown àtàkùn ọwọ́ àtàkùn ẹsẹ̀. All these obas, not all of them. A ní àwọn ọba kan tó yẹ pé they are for Yoruba people. A ní àwọn kan tó yẹ pé original ọmọ àlè ni wọ́n. Àwọn kan máa torí wọ́n máa wà so surprise nígbà mẹ́ta kan pé ẹ máa bọ́ àwọn ọba, ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ sọba, ìyẹn ọba tó rí ẹ̀ pé ìyẹn ọba tó mọ ọkọ̀ tí wọ́n pè ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ìyẹn ọba Ifá àti ìṣẹ̀ṣe wa ló yàn wọ́n síbẹ̀. Àwọn ọba mi wà tó pé dọ́là ló yàn wọ́n síbẹ̀. Tí ìṣe rúmọlẹ̀ ló yàn wọ́n síbẹ̀. Tí ìṣe alẹ́ ló yàn wọ́n síbẹ̀. You can never expect them to behave normal. Imagine ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá káàrọ̀ òjíire tí a ti sọ wípé kí a gbọ́ òmìnira tí ipò àtọ́lá ní tó ti máa níyì tó ti máa ní ẹ̀yẹ. When you were so, in fact, it was a big shame and disgrace to Yoruba land. Nígbà tí a máa rí àwọn ọba míì tó yẹ pé wọn ò support Yorùbá nation. Ilẹ̀ bàbá wọn lè káàrọ̀ òjíire. So àwọn gbogbo àwọn bá tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ̀nyẹn kì í ṣe gbogbo wọn o. I'm not talking about all of them. We talk about those people. Àwọn ọba tẹ́ pé ọmọ àlè ni wọ́n. Yes. Pẹ́pẹ́ original. Pẹ́pẹ́ fake ọmọ àlè wà. Original ọmọ àlè wà. Pẹ́pẹ́ da original ọmọ àlè. Ó wà nínú àwọn ọba wọ̀nyẹn. We are not here to mention anybody's name. Ṣùgbọ́n Bíbélì sọ wípé nípa ìwà wọn la ó fi mọ̀ wọ́n àti nípa ìṣe la ó fi dá wọn lẹ́jọ́. By the fruit we shall know them. We know all of them. We know them. And the funny part of it is pé àwọn tó tún wá dé youth nínú àwọn ọba wọ̀nyẹn nígbà míì wọ́n ti mú igbó ní wọn mu orí wọn ti dàrú. Ọba aráàlú ti kàn lè kú. Wọ́n lè bu ọba míì jáde ní palace ẹ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo sọ fún yín. Ọlọ́pàá tẹ̀ jáde. Nothing will happen. Yes. Ọba tó bá behave, ẹ wo àwọn ọba tó fi gbà ìdùnnálẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ọba. Àwọn bí Àwùjalẹ̀, yes, àwọn ọba. Àwọn àmọ̀ wọn nà án. We know their history. Àwọn ọba tó ń gbowó ẹ̀mí Abíọ́lá nígbà tó fẹ́ pa á. Ṣé àwọn ọba tó ń gbowó lórí sọ́jà Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho Òòṣà ni? Àmọ̀ wọn nà án. They were all there. Ṣùgbọ́n we are not here to mention anybody. Ṣùgbọ́n ó tí kálukú ṣe ó máa kàn lẹ́yìn. Like I used to say, ìtàn wà lórí oníkálukú wa. Like I said earlier, this is a Koiki white lion. Ìgbà tó wá dọjọ́ ọ̀la,
Itomari Kata. There's someone they call Koiki. That is Olayomi Koiki. Itomari Kata Sorie. How you might refer Kata Sikea. You know someone they call them KOIKIMEDIA that time? And yes, or more. It's about where you know anything or sorry. Do you know someone they call them KOKORO? And yes, more. Like we remember today, I don't know what Adashi, Adeguna Adashi, Omo Boriowo, Akitola, Adola, Bolaige, all these people, we know all of them. So, we know what happened and we know what is going on. I'm not here to insult anybody. I'm here to encourage anybody or to talk about anybody. But I want to say, if you don't know, check out the songs you know. I'm carrying some of us on the channel. I'm not saying, I'm not just saying that I know. But I'm going to say, if you don't know, check out the songs. I'm carrying some bossy. This is a very simple truth. Láti àná yẹn, what? Kábíyèsí ló máa lọ pé bàbá yẹn kó wá bí bọ́dà. Ìjẹ́ kábíyèsí tẹ̀ jáde látàrí ẹ̀kọ́ tẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀. If you just say what, ẹ̀yin ọmọ mi, ẹ má bìí ní sí ìkọ̀tọ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ o, sípà ṣèbìtì.
Kábíyèsí wà ní honeymoon.
This is a first class over. Tí gbogbo ẹ̀ kárò jíire, tí à ń rìspẹ̀tì, tí à ń pariwo, tí à ń bọ́lá fún, and as a young man.
Ó ń pààrọ̀ ìyàwó.
So that is okay. So what are you expecting them to do? What are you expecting from them? These are the people that we are looking onto as a leader, as a father of Yoruba land. But they stay off. It's a shame. With what happened in Ife yesterday, it's a big shame.
Wọ́n kó wọn jáde, wọ́n ń ṣe gbéyàwó kiri.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa. Thank you.
Ẹ má wọrí, láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà, ẹ̀kọ́ máa fojú nínú wọn.
Àwọn ọmọ yẹn bínú pé wọ́n tàn wọ́n.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Thank you so much.
Ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa, ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run, on the 21st, Wednesday next week. Muhammadu Buhari ó máa sọ̀rọ̀ ní United Nations. We want all Yoruba people. Ó bá mi kó jẹ́ Yorùbá ló ta fún òdodo. And send us to support. At the United Nations. Yes. We have to get by that time. Kò sí nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí anybody. Nothing is going to happen. Yes. So Tuesday, àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè márùn-ún ló máa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ọjọ́ Tuesday, which is going to be on the 20th. Our Brazilian government, UK, France, America, and China, one has to be Tuesday. After one more week, we on the planet on that day. And Wednesday, the United Nations is going to allow Muhammadu Buhari to speak on that day. And we want them to know that we are not part of them. We out of them. We are not part of them anymore. Thank you so much.
So, what a very powerful, speech there from the one and only prophet Ologunloluwa. He has traveled the length and breadth of this world, and as I always say, it is now pé kí gbogbo wa ká wá ṣe kí ni wọ́n nérò pọ̀ ní New York ẹjọ́ ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire. À ń bẹ̀ yín ni, à ń rọ̀ wá ni, ẹ jẹ́ ká lo opportunity pé àgbáyé wà ní Amẹ́ríkà ká má jókòó tatarata. Mo mọ̀ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa náà fẹ́ lọ make our living from the work that we do, but ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe kí ni, ẹ jẹ́ ká jáde ní àsìkò tí ó máa yẹ wá. Ó ti yẹ wá o, but ẹ jẹ́ ká complete ẹ̀. Mo wá kí gbogbo yín tí a jọ wà lórí ètò yìí, whether nínú Zoom àbẹ́ni tí kò sí nínú Zoom. Mo rí bàbá wa Michael Awẹ́, ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa. A máa rí yín bá ní gbogbo ìgbà. Mo kí gbogbo ibikíbi tó lúkálùkù wá wà títí dé gbogbo different African countries. Kò síbi tó kò sọmọ Yorùbá. Kódà a wà títí mo mọ̀yàn tó náà wà ní Afghanistan bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ tó jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá. Ìyẹn máa wonder pé kí nìyẹn wá kiri gan, a nílẹ̀, a ní gbogbo nǹkan. We are one people, one culture, one language. Yorùbá ni mí, ọmọlúàbí àtàtà. Ìyà dẹ̀ kì í jẹ wá káàkiri. Àwa ń fi àsìkò yìí pé ẹni tí Ọlọ́run bá fún láyè ní ọ̀la tí àwa ti wà nínú ẹ̀ báyìí, ẹ̀yin ò tí wà nínú ẹ̀ ní Amẹ́ríkà, ẹ ṣe darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn ní New York. Ẹni tó bá wá mọbi tó wà, ẹ kàn sí mi. I connect yín pẹ̀lú Dade Sami, Prophet Ológunlúwa pẹ̀lú Evangelist Jídéègè and the rest of the team. We appreciate gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń jáde náà. Àwa tí mọ ìgbà tí mega rally máa jáde fúnlẹ̀ Yorùbá, but when that time comes, gbogbo wa la máa wá jáde simultaneously together as well in all over the world. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí orúkọ tèmi ni Ọláyọmí Kóìkì. Àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe agbátẹrù ètò tí ẹ wò látàárọ̀, àwọn náà ni a máa pè ní the Yorùbá Nation Mega Rally ti ìlú Amẹ́ríkà tí wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ takuntakun tí a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn because àwọn ni wọ́n jẹ́ kí a máa rí àwọn títalẹ́ ìwò. Bí ẹ̀yin náà bá wá ní nǹkan kan tí ẹ fẹ́ ṣe tó bá ti ń jẹ́ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá Nation, bí ẹ bá rí mídíà kankan pé ó máa gbé, ẹ bá ti kàn sí wa, àá bá yín gbé. Kò ń ṣe pé ẹ máa sanwó fún wa, à ń gbowó lórí ẹ̀ torí pé platform yìí a ti dedicated 3 years ago pé iṣẹ́ tó máa ṣe títí tí Yorùbá Nation máa fi dé. Tó bá dẹ̀ dé tán, a máa decide bá ṣe fi monitor government tí ó máa ṣiṣẹ́ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, just as any other media will be doing around the world. Lótìtọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan, my conversation, my presentation might not be, what you expect. Ṣé Kóìkì náà ló tún sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí? Ẹ má bínú, ó wá bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Ọmọlúàbí àtàtà ni wá, ọmọ tó dẹ̀ bí dáadáa ni mí. Mo á dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá wa tí ẹ̀ ń pè wá náà, tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń fún wa ní advice lẹ́yìn. A máa rí yín bá, a dẹ̀ ní ṣìsọ, a ní ṣìṣe. Bẹ́ẹ̀ àwa máa lọ báyìí, a máa kọrin àsíá wa together. Mo ní lo anthem láti fi play. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ì tí mọ̀ o. Tó bá jẹ́ pé Wàsíù ní bá ní ká kọ nísìn, mo mọ̀ pé èyí tó kọ ní Talazo 1980 something a máa rántí ẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé kódà ọmọ mi nígbà tá à ń lọ sí school láàárọ̀ yìí, mo mọ̀ tó wá sí ọkàn ẹ̀, orin yẹn ló kọ̀ jáde ní mind ẹ̀, adẹ̀jọ́ kadélẹ̀ ni. Bẹ́yìn náà báyìí tí mọ̀, ẹ gbìyànjú díẹ̀. Tẹ bá fẹ́ the wordings yẹn, ó wà lọ́wọ́ àwa, à send ẹ̀ sí yín, kò ń ṣe tó pọ̀ rárá. So tí a bá ti ṣe tán, a máa ní kí gbogbo wa ká on mute, máa click ní ẹ̀ pé kó on mute gbogbo wa so that kí gbogbo wa lè ká together. A ní lo any sound. Ó lè máa yàtọ̀ síra wọn, ó lè fast jura wọn lọ, kò matter. At least ó show pé gbogbo wa náà la participate. Ẹni tí kò wá sọ̀rọ̀ kò mí pé ní nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ bá wa sọ. Ẹlòmíì observer ni bó ṣe máa ń rí náà nìyẹn nínú Zoom meeting. A ti ní kí ẹni tó bá fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ kó nawọ́ sókè. So bóyá
ẹjọ́ bàbá wa Kóìkì tó bá máa ṣe mega rally ní Nàìjíríà yẹn, ṣé kápítà láti máa ṣe ní àbílù kọ̀ọ̀kan?
Wọ́n tí ìrírí fún wa ní all those details. So a ní sọ̀rọ̀ láti wákàtí. Bóyá ẹ̀gbọ́n gbà tá a sọ yẹn. Kí lẹ sọ mọ́ mi?
Mo ní bóyá kápítà ni àbí.
Àìtí mọ ibi tí wọ́n ti máa ṣe precisely, kò tí sẹ́ni tó mọ̀.
The information will come from Baba CSI.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká jẹ́ kí yẹn kó wà under the wrap until the time close.
Baba CSI will give the information out when it is time.
When it is the right time, yeah. Ṣé mọ́mí wa fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ni mọ́mí wa Títílọlá kó tó di pé a máa ka anthem wa? Àgbọ̀yìn mà.
Mo fẹ́ fi àsìkò yìí, mo fẹ́ fi gbogbo wa tá wà ní ìjókòó yìí.
Ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ, ẹ máa rọ̀ máa ti ní ìtẹ̀ tó ń tí.
Ẹni tó ní ayé àti ọ̀run, á dẹ̀ ti ọmọ tọmọ sílétilé.
Àmín.
Àṣẹ.
àti àbùkù náà bá tó wọn ní fún kankan ló wá ṣe àwa èrè. Bá tẹ̀ sọ pé a ṣe ọ̀nà tí à ń rìn tó kó pamọ́ sínú ọ̀lẹ́ tó kò tó ní àdéhùn ṣe rà kàn. Ilẹ̀ ó ń gbọ́ òwò tí à ń sọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí yóò máa ní yóò gbé gbogbo wọn mì ní ààyè ni.
Àṣẹ.
Àti sọ pé nǹkan tá à ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Ìlọ wa àbò fẹ́ gba Àbújá kan. Gbọ́ ohùn Olúwa ilẹ̀ kó gbọ́ ohùn Olúwa kó jẹ́ kí ilẹ̀ náà kó dágbére fún ẹni náà.
Àṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Ọlọ́run yóò dúró tiwa. Ìyà ń jẹ wá lótìtọ́ àti lódodo ṣùgbọ́n mo mọ̀ pé ọ̀nà tí à ń rìn ọ̀nà àbáyọ ni.
Máa bọ́.
Mo ní ọmọ tó jáde 14 years tí ò ríṣẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n mo wá dúpẹ́ pé kò ya yahoo kò dẹ̀ yé èèyàn ṣe nǹkan kan ó ṣàdúró de Olúwa. Gbogbo wa pátápátá wà níbí báyìí kò sẹ́ni tí ò ní ìkan àbí méjì ní ìdílé rẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà tó jẹ́ pé ó ní lára láti jẹun láti ṣe ohunkóhun ṣùgbọ́n a ní ìgbàgbọ́ tí a ní sí àwọn aṣíwájú wa àwọn bàbá pòfẹ́sọ̀ àwọn bàbá mi Ìgbòho àwọn bàbá mi prophet àti kúrò mi Kóìkì tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ yìí tó dẹ̀ dúró tì wọ́n ò ní tójú sí kankan nínú gbogbo wa.
Àṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Mo tún fẹ́ sọ kinní kan ètò tá a bá ti ní kinní kan tá a fẹ́ ṣe ẹ má máa jẹ́ ká sọ síta ká tó ṣe mọ́. Kinní yìí máa ń affect wa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ní plans wa ká má máa kọ́kọ́ gbé síta mọ́ ká tó ṣe. Eléyìí máa ń de ọ̀nà wa lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n mo mọ̀ pé nǹkan tí mo sọ yìí ẹ má fi ṣeré o ẹ dì í mú o. Ẹ lè sọ pé kí ni kọ́ńtọ̀kọ̀tàn tó ń sọ. Níṣe kọ́ńtọ̀kọ̀tàn ni mò ń sọ ìgbà tá a kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ Yorùbá nation yìí mo wà lára obìnrin kìíní tán kọ́kọ́ ní kó sọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀lú bàbá pòfẹ́sọ̀ kí gbogbo ẹ̀ tó dàrú kí àwọn pòfẹ́sọ̀ kílà àti gbogbo ẹ̀ kan ṣàtọ́dá gbogbo ẹ̀rú pátápátá èmi lobìnrin náà Erelú Títílọlá Àlàó lórúkọ mi ìfòyà rí mo máa ń láìkì láti jagun gidi ni mo láìkì kí n jagun gidi ni ṣùgbọ́n mo mọ̀ pé Ọlọ́run ni ológun náà Ọlọ́run á sì bá wa jà á bá wa jà já.
Àṣẹ.
A ṣe é ṣe fún wa o.
Yorùbá nation now.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni Yawa, and I think what more can we add to what our mother have said? Ẹni tó bá mọ̀ mo ti ní kí gbogbo aká mute lẹ́ǹkan. I'm gonna request that again because I need play orin yẹn lórí system. A máa jọkà jáde náà ni. I've asked everybody to unmute. That's if you know it. And tó bá dẹ̀ mọ̀ náà, a lè máa ra máa jẹun yẹn díẹ̀díẹ̀. And on the count of 30 seconds, 1, 2, 3, go. Iṣẹ́ wa lẹ́wà orílẹ̀ wa kàgbéga Yoruba nation.
Yoruba
nation. Now.